Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan, and welcome to a blind watch party, and for some reason my co-host keeps disappearing on camera. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, tonight we've got John and Robert. I appreciate you guys coming in to blind watch some more TV. It's been a while since we've done anything like this. These are always fun, and I want to do some extra random special show tonight since Austin couldn't make it for our regular request. So instead, we're going to do something that nobody's been asking for, and I was even being made fun of in the comments by somebody that was like, this would have to be a Super Chat winner thing, because why on earth would you do this? But tonight we're gonna do Marvel Zombies, and I'll tell you why we're gonna tackle the Disney Plus Marvel Zombies miniseries. The reasons are like three or fourfold. First of all, it came out not too long ago, and it is October. It is Halloween time, spooky season, and I've not heard great things about this. But secondly, I like Marvel Zombies a lot in comics, and I'm a completionist on the board game. I have all of Zombicide Marvel Zombies. I'm kind of a Marvel Zombies fan, and this is a thing that I wanted for the longest time, and then they finally made it. Well, I should say they made the What If episode, and I friggin' hated it. And then they announced this spin-off, and I was like, well, there's not gonna be anything to that. And then the trailer looked kind of better than it had any right to, but it's still this animation, which is not great, and I can tell they're not going remotely in the direction of what Kirkman's book was about, or looking at that material at all, and the showrunner is all but said so. But I figure I'm too morbidly curious not to look at this at some point, and this is the only way I would do it. So that's why I decided to do this. And Robert and John are nice enough to jump into the zombie-infested pool. I predict John will find this to be just fine, and I will enjoy it for about the first 10 minutes, and then it will completely lose me. And Robert will roll his eyes and laugh a lot, and then get to the end and go, yeah, that was good.
We can only hope.
Cap's gonna freak out.
It's funny that when you invited me on this, you didn't even ask if I watched this ahead of time. You just assumed and knew, like, oh yeah, you totally haven't watched this. Want to do a blind?
Oh, did you see it?
Watch commentary? No. But you just knew, like, yeah.
Well then, yeah. Well, my assumption was you're right. I did make that assumption. I figured if you'd seen it, you would have told me. But like, I don't think anybody watched this.
I don't know if one person has watched this. I have heard nothing.
That was so funny.
What day did this come out? I have no idea.
Dude, as soon as you said this, as soon as you said that, I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I watched this whole thing. I know everything that happened. Now,
Robert
have you guys
is the world's biggest fan of this miniseries.
Oh, and sorry, the fourth or fifth reason I decided to do this is it's mercifully short. It's only 2 hours. This is basically a movie cut up into 4 episodes. It's like the antithesis of the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I don't have any sources on this. That this was intended to be a movie, but because of rights issues with this, including Spider-Man, they had to chop this up into a miniseries. So that's weird.
That's what I heard too, and I just think it's odd that as a spin-off to Disney Plus, they wouldn't have conceptualized it as a series in the first place, or just done it as a short film. Done it as one of their shorter specials. Like, it's kind of odd that it's a full 2 hours. If it was supposed to be
the movie cut.
And this thing was announced, 3 or 4 years ago?
Not only was it announced that long ago, but we have so I've read the exact same thing you said, Robert, and I can't I would have to look around to see if we could full on confirm it, but I'm pretty sure you're right about what you just said. We do have full-on confirmation from actors that were involved in this that they recorded their lines years ago for this.
Yeah.
possibly during COVID lockdowns, because we know that I'm not totally sure about that. But we know that help me out, Wanda. That
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen, she recorded her lines in her house, and somebody asked her about this when it came out in an interview, and she like apologized profusely and was like, "I don't remember even doing that." She's like, "I know I did it. We recorded lines years ago." She goes, "I know nothing about the story. I can't tell you anything that happens in it." That's pretty funny. So
Yeah,
this
no,
has
I
been,
remember seeing that because people were really upset about that for some reason.
this like about her saying that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
everything is
I-
controversial now, John.
I'm
Doesn't-
sure with
doesn't matter
all
what
of
it is.
these,
That's so
I'm sure
controversial.
with all of these, ever since What If, it's like I doubt these actors even read these scripts in advance. They just show up and are like, "Here, read these lines." Okay, thanks.
Oh
we
yeah,
got it."
I imagine so. Especially because most of them, they're glorified cameos. They don't have very many lines in the first place. They kind of show up and have the big, "Oh man, that person showed up" moment and leave, or maybe they come back for a second and do exactly the same thing. But anyway, I don't think we were speculating before we started recording with with this get a season 2. I don't think there's any chance that we get another one of these because this is spun off from a show that got canceled, and there's like that tells you what the numbers on What If must have been for the second season, because
Third season.
well, no, I mean they canceled it before that season came out. I'm pretty sure. Like yeah, because they heralded it as the big finale, the end of the show, and I'm like, they're pumping out content right and left. I mean, now they're slowing down, of course, for obvious reasons, and it took them forever to finally make that call. But when they were pumping out content right and left, you'd think What If would be a series that you would just get a season of 5, 6, 10 episodes. I say that, I guess it was always like 10, but you'd get a season of a few episodes every year because they would always have content that they could mine. If anybody cared and if that show was better, there's no reason you shouldn't have had 7, 8 seasons of that.
Yeah.
The key word there being if anybody cared.
Yeah. But the thing is, they would have if it was better. Because, and if people cared about Marvel content these days more than they do in general, if the consumer confidence was there, as I'm always saying, because there was kind of some buzz around it when the first season happened and when it was first announced. Obviously, that was in kind of the first batch of these things when we were all gullible enough to think that there was a chance they would be on the level of, the most recent phase of movie quality before, because I almost said on the quality of the movies, but then that also waned some of it. So I don't know. There still is a big difference between Disney Plus projects past a certain point and in movies, with the exception of I would say even the mediocre ones, with the exception of Brave New World, which should have been released on Disney Plus, obviously.
Yes.
I disagree. That movie shouldn't have been released at all.
Well, yeah,
I just canceled the whole thing.
I agree with John, but like if you had to make that thing and release it, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised. We'll go and start watching it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that this thing sat in a drawer for as long as it did, because most of their, if not all of their recent Disney Plus offerings have been things that they made and then sat on and then looked real trepidatious about releasing, and knew would probably get bad reviews and would be poorly watched and everybody would make fun of them and would just keep kind of hurting the brand. I swear to God, if Zaslav had been running Disney, he would have canceled most of these projects. Like, even after they were already shot. He would have, like, not released the Riri show, and you would have never seen Echo, and, like all of that stuff.
I think the only one in the can still is that Wonder Man show. And then the only thing after that is the Vision Quest, which I think is in production.
Yeah, which they're actually actively making. What's really funny is, now that you say that, when I saw that interview with Elizabeth Olsen, or I saw the article breaking that down, the headline I saw was something along the lines of Elizabeth Olsen doesn't remember what happens in the show with Wanda, and I'm like, they're in the middle of making that right now. Like, she doesn't know what happens in Vision Quest, and then I clicked on it. It was about Marvel Zombies.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so funny.
Oh, clickbait.
It's all clickbait now. Anyway, well, we're stalling. Are you guys ready?
I am.
This is not going to be what I want. Now, Robert, you were talking about rights issues. There's another prediction I have, and maybe everybody, even if you haven't seen this, knows which way this goes already. I have deliberately not looked at anything with this. But I'm going to assume that Spider-Man is not allowed to become a zombie.
That is a fair assumption.
I will assume you will not see a zombie Spider-Man. Which is
now,
a gigantic pet peeve of mine with Marvel Zombies, because that's the big image the original book was always sold on. Like, Zombie Spider-Man, like, that's the first issue. It was a huge deal. And for whatever reason, Marvel has had this this weird stipulation where whenever, as far as I understand it, whenever Marvel Zombies is licensed to another company and they're able to use it, they're never allowed to use Zombie Spider-Man. So the board game, you get to play as either zombies or humans fighting zombies, and there is no playable zombie. In fact, there's no Zombie Spider-Man in it at all. You can't even fight a Zombie Spider-Man. You can only play as regular Spider-Man.
Now, because in Marvel Zombies, that's introduced like post Sony deal, right? Like the first Spider-Man movie has already happened when that starts, right? Or is that a 90s? I don't remember when the comic starts.
The comic is was like 04 or 05. I'd have to look up that
that's
date.
what I thought. So I didn't know if there's like a weird Sony thing with that, but
see, I wondered about that, but then with the board game, it'd be Marvel before it was Sony.
Yeah, Marvel's really precious and weird with the Spider-Man IP, but they're also fine putting out horrible, Amazing Spider-Man comics. So
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't know.
They can publish the Zeb Wells run, but he can't become a zombie. These two things don't go together.
Compute.
And speaking of Zeb Wells, that's who wrote this. I don't know if you guys know that, but he show ran this, and I cannot get away from Zeb Wells right now. It's actually kind of driving me crazy. Like, I am not a Wells fan, and he did Deadpool, the Deadpool Batman crossover. Robert had this this weird expression on his face.
Because I was like, I know you ranted about him on something recently, but I already forgot.
Yeah, it was Deadpool Batman. I've not been able to get away from him on my comic show, on my new comic show, because of Deadpool Batman, which is not good. I'm hoping the DC one is better. I'm sure it will be. They'll probably give a crap. They'll probably at least give a crap. And then the other thing recently is somebody requested some more recent Amazing Spider-Man, and I started his run. But I only read the first couple issues of that. We read a lot.
Get out while you can.
No. What am I talking about? That's actually what we had to review. We had to review because somebody wanted us to talk about the stupid Paul stuff. So we reviewed like 6, 7, 8 issues of that. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the run that's going on right now. I read an issue or two of that also. And I was thinking for a second that it was him, but no, he did the run from before that we had to review. So I just cannot get away from him right now. God. Oof. Anyway. All right, let's watch Marvel Zombies. I've been talking for 15 minutes. I don't know. I haven't seen these guys in a while. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here.
Oh, and real quick, back to your Spider-Man prediction that they won't let him turn into a zombie.
Yeah.
I just want to add to that. Now, does that exclude the possibility of maybe he dies in a heroic sacrifice or something, but still doesn't become a zombie? Do you think that's still a possibility?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They just won't let him get zombified. Now, unless he did in the episode, and I don't remember, because I haven't gone back to that.
No, he doesn't.
I don't know what happens in that. Let me read this super chat real fast before we start. Amitty's Blow, thanks a lot for the super chat, man. $10. He says, I'm here to push you guys doing the Disney Renaissance ranking agenda. Please. Several people have been begging us to do this since it came up in a recent Captain Logan show. And that will probably end up being the next Mania, the next mini Mania. He says, please add a Goofy movie to that list. Curious what Cap would have to say about this as a cultural phenomenon and as a father. I've never understood why that movie is beloved. Like, I don't get it. I saw it when I was a kid. It was fine. And I saw it not in the theater, but already after people were just obsessed with it. So even in the 90s, I came into that with the bias of, I'm really tired of hearing about this movie. And then I saw it and I was like, it's a road trip thing. It's fine. I don't know. Maybe I would appreciate it more now, like he said, as a dad. I don't know. I've never liked Goofy as a character as part of it. So like, or I've been indifferent, I should say. I don't really get. I do like the old shorts where he's playing sports and he plays every part in the sport. Have you guys ever seen those? Where there's like there's one that's like, there's a basketball one and a football one, and there's a couple others, and there's an announcer. These are from like the 40s, I think, and 40s or 50s, and there's an announcer that's like explaining how like football games work, and it's Goofy playing every part. It's really funny. Those are on Disney Plus. Everybody should watch those. They're great. But anyway, I don't think that would count for the Renaissance thing. Like, I'm thinking more of like the sorry, what?
Well, it was put in theaters, right? So
yeah, it was put in theaters, but it's not part of the pantheon of like the Disney classics. You know what I mean? There is kind of a disconnect with those. Because if you do that, then you're like, you would only do that because it was popular and it's well liked, right? Because you wouldn't do like all of those Winnie the Pooh spinoffs. I mean, like, there's other Disney stuff that happened during that period that's not considered part of the Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, well, I understand excluding.
I'm not gonna do like the Piglet movie.
Yeah, but like, was that in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was. How's this any different than that? Except it was popular.
Right. Then include the Piglet movie.
Like, it's not. It's an IP that they had already, that they had made things of, that they were bringing back in a nostalgic way, like with that. When we talk Disney Renaissance, we're usually talking about like original concepts.
What about Rescuers Down Under?
That's before that. That's just before. Yeah, the Renaissance.
Well, it's
starts
after Little.
The Renaissance starts with Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's after Little Mermaid, right?
No, it's not.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm almost positive that's before that.
You could be right. I don't know the exact date.
Anyway, we got.
Yeah,
what's up? We gotta watch this show, you guys.
It's almost like we'd rather talk about anything else.
I don't think I've actually seen the first Goofy movie, but I had the sequel on VHS tape, and I watched that a lot as a kid. An extremely goofy movie.
I grew up on it.
Oh no, you're right. Rescuers Down Under was 90, and I think Little Mermaid is 89. But it's weird. That's never talked about in that. That's so weird. No, you're right. That technically is in there. I just didn't think it was.
Yeah, and I brought
Robert's
that up.
Robert's going to campaign for that movie to be part of the Renaissance.
It's great.
By the way, why the hell did this have to come up while Robert is here?
Yeah.
Freaking Robert.
No, but I only brought that up because it's like, well, that's not an original property. You know, that's a sequel.
No, it is a sequel. No, you're right.
So
that's probably partly why people don't talk about it like it's part of the Renaissance, though.
Maybe. And I know it didn't do well in theaters, but it was popular on home video.
Yeah. No, I know Makira, the Little Mermaid is 89. That's why I'm conceding that it is in that timeline. We would then just have to decide if it counts. This is not a conversation I thought we would end up having with Marvel Zombies, but anyway, it's animation related. All right, here we go. Thanks again for the super chat, and we'll try to chat with you guys as we go along, so feel free to throw in questions and super chats at your leisure. We appreciate you guys with all your support, and thanks just for being here. Here we go! Make sure that you're at timestamp 0, past any ads at the start, and past the Disney Plus swoosh thing. because that's not part of the actual timeline of the episode. So make sure you always get past those things so that we're all synced up. So you should be at timestamp 0.
I'm glad you said that. It's been so long since I've used Disney Plus that I forgot there was an ad at the beginning.
That's why I told you that. Yeah, the timestamp, the full length of the episode should be 37 minutes and 4 seconds. But nobody worry, because I'm sure like 7 minutes of that for every episode is credits. Anyway,
That's true.
everybody right?
Okay, I'm on the Disney Plus original screen.
Okay.
Past the ads.
Apologies for that long preamble. There's 3 people I blame for that. I mostly blame myself, but there's a couple of other people I blame for like the tail end of it. Okay, here we go. John is not one of them though. John did nothing wrong. Who invited Robert?
That's true.
Okay, anyway, here we go. I'm just kidding. Everybody, please press play. Sorry, I gotta move some crap around here. I gotta make sure that I've got.
And there's no more room in the MCU. The dead shall walk on Disney Plus.
That is for damn sure. All right, everybody, please press play right now. You ever feel like a thing has broken you before you've even seen it?
Yes.
You ever have that?
It's nice that they introduced this Marvel Animation logo at like the tail end of these things.
Robert, I don't like this rock.
Oh my god!
Oh, this logo sucks.
Dude, I was jump scared by this logo that I could have made in a second and a half.
Like the frame rate looked off. Like,
well, I thought the sound was off, and I jumped my sound all the way up trying to hear it because there's no sound because it wants to jump scare you, and then it just went BOOM! It's gonna be Hawkeye. It's gonna be Hawkeye.
Which Hawkeye?
Both of them. That's a Hawkeye. And Miss Marvel. Is that Miss Marvel? And a teddy bear Iron Man. What the hell is happening? Where do you guys land on this animation?
I hate it.
I like it in some shots, and others I don't really like it.
I only watched the first season of What If. I thought this animation worked for a few of those shorts, but not most of them. Like some of the really colorful cosmic ones, I think this animation style is fine. But it's the last thing I'd want for Marvel Zombies.
You just gotta love.
This show has instantly lost points for being the first thing to bring Kate Bishop back. She was the best part of Hawkeye, and this is the first time we've used her.
It's in
this crap.
She's in an after credit scene in the Marvels, but you're right. For the most part, that's true. I just said that because I knew somebody else would. Okay, so
about that. I don't even hate that movie.
I do like that we're opening this kind of in a Walking Dead sort of way, where you've already had the zombie apocalypse and you're being dropped into the status quo. Because I thought they might open it in more of a Dead Days kind of way. So I think I like that they're doing that. But they also lose points for immediately making me have to watch Riri Williams, who I've never heard about. And how hilarious is it that this is the next thing they do after Ironheart? Which was just lambasted and nobody watched and was like horribly viewed.
No, you can tell when this was made, they thought she was going to be like the next big thing.
Or at least they were
probably better.
This is part of pushing her on us. Real well, and the thing is, they might have recorded this before they even put Black Panther 2 out.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like if this was recorded years ago, like Elizabeth Olsen kind of hinted at. This was probably written at that stage where they're like, Riri Williams is going to kind of be the face of this new wave of MCU with these legacy heroes. Because I don't think it's a coincidence that we start with these 3 specific legacy characters. I don't hate Miss Marvel. I think I liked her show well enough. It kind of did some of that street level stuff that we didn't get to do with Spider-Man. I liked Kate Bishop in that show a lot, and I don't care about the other one.
Did we seriously just open Marvel Zombies with rock, paper, scissors?
Yep.
Hilarious. Oh my god!
It is, and like John was saying, it is funny that this is the first like real team up we're getting with these characters.
Well, naturally, and I shouldn't be surprised, especially because of the way What If was handled. But of course, right away, you've got that irritating, self-aware MCU humor that's got to deflate any possible tension.
Yeah, and
It's like, oh god, I thought he was dead. Ha 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 ha. It's like, no, let stuff be scary.
Yeah. Oh god, I did rewatch that What If episode earlier. That was a mistake.
See, I almost did that, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be lazy as hell, and I'm hoping no one will care, because I don't want to have to sit through that again. I hated that.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
awful.
rewatch it.
I just wanted
Gab,
to
you're
remind
gonna-
myself, like, who was still alive.
This
when
is
it
the
was
best I can do with this, okay? Is just to talk over it while it's on. It's the best I can
Gab,
do.
you're gonna be one of the only people that agrees with me on this.
Yeah.
It should have been America Chavez instead of Riri.
Oh, hell yes.
Because I agree with you. It's baffling that we haven't done anything with that character.
Well, and as soon as it's Chavez, I mean, what's difficult about that, of course, is the moment you put America Chavez in it, now it's a multiverse story. And if they don't want to do anything with multiverse, then they can't really include that character. I mean, she only does one thing.
Yeah.
But you're right. If it's her instead of Riri, instantly I'm more interested in this trio. Now, I'm going to assume that these are not our main protagonists through the entire show. Surely not. Well, I shouldn't say that. They could be.
I do know I didn't say anything up front. I do know a couple things about who lives and dies, but I won't say anything.
Because it's funny because I could see them pushing these characters. And again, I love Kate, but I could, and I'm with you. Miss Marvel's fine. And again, I like the Marvels more than most people. That's not to say I think it's very
So do
good.
I,
I just
apparently.
like it more
I
than
thought it was a
most
fine
people.
movie, and that's like I'm on an island.
Oh wait, you had that too. You and I are on the same island.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I thought you were making fun of me when you said that.
No, I've seen it twice. It was a good time.
Okay, I'm bringing you onto the rewind commentary for that. We're gonna gang up on Austin. We're gonna gang up on Austin with the very passionate opinion of it's just fine.
Fine. It's the most I've liked Captain Marvel.
But what I was gonna say about these characters is this trio right now. I could see either being pushed on us as the most important characters in the universe that can save the whole universe and get rid of the zombies and fix everything. And I could also see them as completely expendable and dying in the next 5 minutes. I could see it going either direction.
Mm-hmm.
But it does feel like we're setting up the main mission for the entire movie.
I can also tell, so I think I read that they got the actress for Kate back for this.
Yeah.
I can also tell she has the most voice acting experience.
I was going to say that, and I was going to say, everybody listen out for A, lack of voice acting experience, or, decent voice acting experience, because some of these people have never done this before, and B, listen for, was it recorded in a bathroom? Because we know that at least Elizabeth Olsen recorded her lines at her house.
Because some of it is a little hard to hear because it's all coming through my headphones, like us talking and the show. But
No.
Riri sounds
No.
really rough.
Hey,
She
she
just-
referenced your favorite show.
No! Well, and it's funny that she's saying, so she just christened her car the USS Uhura. And it's so odd that line was there immediate. This was in the trailers. that line, I guess is that supposed to be Zombie Okoye or just a random Wakandan?
It's Okoye because she gets zombified at the end of the.
Oh.
They're
But anyway,
paying that all.
I almost made I almost made a joke about the animated Abrams lens flares. And then immediately she says Uhura.
And one thing I don't think the What If episode does at all is having any of the zombies talk. So I think we are already starting to do that in this,
Wait, what's that now?
having the zombies talk.
No.
Because
What about it though?
I don't think they talked at all in the What If episode.
Oh, they didn't.
Yeah. Look,
Well,
I rewatched it like 2 hours ago.
that
I've already
means
forgotten.
easily. I've already slept since then. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if they did it there or not, but but I will give them then. At least they've got uh zombies with their personalities and their faculties, because that is the Marvel Zombies thing in the comics.
Yeah.
And the showrunner said that they intentionally aren't referencing or doing any story points or looking at that material in any way, which I'm really, really sick of hearing. And that made me go, well, we're not gonna get any cool POV stuff from the zombies. We're not gonna play around with any uh like ethical stuff with the zombies trying to hang on to their morality but not being able to keep it, try as they might, because they've got to eat brains. Like, that's what that book was about.
The What If episode doesn't do any of that.
It doesn't do any of that. That I remember about it. So I mean, maybe all the zombies in this will still just be straight up evil, and we won't have any discussion about that where they'll even try. But at least they're talking.
Yeah.
Don't go to Ohio. There's nothing good in Ohio.
If that's true. I think literally the only idea they take from that comic, which I haven't read, by the way. So Cap, you're the expert on this. But I think
It's been
the
a while. I'm
only
not an
idea-
expert, but I like that stuff.
I've read it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I was doing an Army of Darkness comic like deep dive, and that got me into Marvel Zombies because
There's a
that
crossover.
prequel. Yeah.
I think the only thing they took from that is somebody has T'Challa captive, and they're like slowly eating him. That's like the only thing that I've heard is in that comic that they used for that show.
Well, I don't even think in the comic it's T'Challa unless that happens in material I've not read.
I don't know.
Or maybe this. I can't remember.
These could be faulty.
I know there's a thing with Giant Man, but that might be a different thing.
Because in the What If episode, though, it's just so lame and tame, where throughout the whole episode, it's like the zombies just bite people and then they become new zombies. Like, it's the tamest zombie thing you could ever watch.
I guess the lighting effects are kind of cool.
So I haven't seen the Ironheart show. I don't remember Black Panther 2. Why does Riri have an arc reactor?
Good question.
I thought she built one.
I don't remember.
Makura is with us on the Marvels, John. So there's 3 of us at least on the planet.
There are dozens of us.
Yeah.
There are tens of us.
And John, remember in the opening episode, they did have the Iron Man suit with them, so I think they've just like salvaged some of his tech. Because zombie Iron Man dies in the What If episode.
Let me respond to a couple of comments to just set the record straight with the talking zombies in the comic. Makura says yes, they did, and then Senior Sticks said no, Kirkman had walkers and they did not talk to anyone, which he might just be joking when he says that. But in case you don't know, Kirkman wrote Marvel Zombies before Walking Dead, but just before. Or maybe like kind of around the same time.
Or was Walking Dead published first?
I don't even know that now that you say that.
Because Walking Dead's published like 03.
Is it that early?
Yeah.
I'm still watching the show. You're right, it was 03. Okay, so Zombies he did in the middle of that. It still wasn't gigantically popular yet.
The bear with the Iron Man suit is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we doing that?
Because it's funny.
Well, Cap, it's funny, random. People on Twitter will talk about it.
Oh my god, it's... Who is that?
Who's that supposed to be?
Eternals guy?
I was going to say, are these
Oh.
Eternals?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, that's Captain Marvel.
Icarus?
Well,
Everyone's
I had her
favorite.
on my bingo card for this episode. I wasn't expecting the first 10 minutes, but...
Zombie Captain Marvel grunting. I'm just gonna read the subtitles for this whole thing.
No, thanks. That helps me
They
focus more
didn't
on the
even bother
material.
to hire a voice actor for that
Oh, no.
Eternals guy.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for Captain Marvel. Like, they just took stock grunts. They just found
I mean, they
some
probably
audio
did.
from some video game of a female zombie going, "Ugh." Why do you even have that arrow? Oh, of course, you killed the best one. They just hate. They just hate
this
us.
show sucks.
Right away, they hate us. This is awful. You killed the good one. I mean, Miss
You
Marvel's
killed the
whatever.
best one, and in a dumb joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Okay.
So she's an idiot because she used a confetti arrow on accident and then died. And also,
Why do we even have that?
you guys tell me if I'm just remembering stuff wrong or if I'm dumb or whatever. Trick arrows is a Oliver Queen thing before it's a Hawkeye thing, right? Does Hawkeye have trick arrows?
No.
Does
Not-
MCU
not to,
does MCU Hawkeye have trick arrows?
He had
He
a
has-
couple in Hawkeye the show.
Did he?
Yeah,
I've seen it
but
once.
that's
I
I
don't
think it's
remember.
dumb as confetti arrows.
Yeah, when they confetti, like,
Yeah.
because I could see. Look, if he had like electric arrows, that kind of stuff, that's not as trick. That's just useful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like exploding arrows, arrows with wires.
But he would never do like the boxing glove crap. Like,
right.
Right.
No,
Oh my god.
I don't care
That-
what else the show does. It's trash. It's dumb.
Okay, that was the only spoiler I knew, was that Kate Bishop died. I didn't know it was in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I knew that too. I didn't realize she died like that.
oh, Kuhn says
Not like
Hawkeye
that.
has trick arrows like a boomerang arrow. Hawkeye's a bit of a blind spot for me. I've
Okay.
never been a giant fan of that character, so I just don't know.
Me neither.
And that
I
show,
read the Fraction run, but I didn't like it very much.
is that the one that introduces her, or is that somebody else?
Yeah. As far as I know, that's.
I liked what I read of that. The art's great.
And I really liked the show up until the finale.
Yeah, same here.
Copy paste that for insert Disney Plus show here. But
Yeah. Yeah, except that's for just the first run of them. After that, it's I couldn't get through an episode.
I've started Secret Invasion like 3 times.
The
I
only
couldn't finish it.
the only way I was able to get through that was talking over it with Austin, and there's this stretch in the middle where I can't tell you if I'm asleep or not.
No, because I was in the audience watching that. That was my 3rd try. And I was like, I'm going to bed. I've got better stuff to do.
So I wasn't paying enough attention to know what this MacGuffin is they were after.
I have no idea. Ah!
Hey, look, it's Blade / Moon Knight.
Now that's the only other thing I knew is that Blade was supposed to make his appearance in this, or his first appearance in this.
And it's not Mahershala Ali. It's somebody else doing the voice.
No, but you can tell they're trying to make it look like him.
Yeah, sorry. No, but I knew there were a few characters that were recast. It's just really funny that Mahershala Ali hasn't really gotten to play him in live action yet, and they couldn't even get him to do the voice.
Yeah, because if you don't know that they
that's
made
my
this,
favorite.
if you don't know that they wrote and recorded this years ago, you'd think, oh, they're like promising the fans they're still making that. Maybe they're a lot closer to getting it made. No, they thought they were about to finally do the thing.
Yeah, he was announced in like 2019.
Captain Coon says that Kate was introduced way before Fractions run. I did not know that. Apparently,
Okay.
she was first appeared in the Young Avengers book.
So, sorry, we're burying the lead here. There's an elephant in the room, which is why is he also Moon Knight?
Because what if?
Oh.
That's all I got.
Oh, did Riri die too?
But the what if
Oh.
here should just be Marvel Zombies. Now, I don't remember what exactly that episode did, so, like, maybe it makes sense that certain characters would go in weird directions like that later. Like, I'll give it that, I guess. But it's very odd that that's how you would... Because they have to
He
know,
just said that.
even when they make this, that this is going to come out before their Blade movie does.
I can't speak for behind the scenes, but he did just say that the original Moon Knight is gone. Now his deity stays with me. So at some point he's taken it from the zombified, whatever that guy's name is.
But I still think that's just a really weird choice.
No, it's very strange.
And I don't know if they've thought the timeline through on any of this. Just going off of that what if episode, because like the zombie outbreak happens like before Infinity War in this universe, so I don't know if they're consistent with like what characters have their powers and stuff, because you know the Moon Knight show happens well after that.
Yeah, does it even make sense that certain of these characters would get involved and be superheroes at this point and all of that? Yeah.
Yeah, like Black Panther 2 can't have happened in this.
No, so how did... What, is Riri just destined to end up with an Iron Man suit? Or, like, did she develop it on her own?
Yeah, like, I know she made her own, but, like, why does she have Stark Tech? You know, why does she know these
Yeah.
characters?
Because Iron Man, of
I don't
course,
know.
would have died very differently. Now, we know Thanos is in this, because I saw that in the trailer. So I don't know how they're doing that. Now we got Red Guardian.
That was... Yeah, that was the big tease at the end of the What If episode, was, oh, Thanos is coming. So I didn't know if they were going to pay that off.
Because I guess that would be like a what if thing where it's like, we're in a zombie apocalypse, so some of the same things would still end up happening. Like Thanos is still after his Infinity Stones, but once it gets here, the Earth is zombified. Like, it makes sense to do that story.
Mhm.
Oh, they got Yelena's actor.
Yeah.
I can tell that's her. Well, at least we've replaced Kate with another character I like.
And Riri's
Yeah,
dead.
but-
I call this an absolute win.
But everybody wants to see more team-ups with Yelena and Kate, and they couldn't even do that in this show.
I know.
I know. No, it's
Come on.
absurd.
That's true. But we got Blade and Yelena now, so we're I mean, it's weird because I don't know this version of Blade yet, and he's freaking Moon Knight, but it's still a step up. And I like Red
Well,
Guardian.
and-
We'll see if he says anything amusing or if it's all stupid. Why call space people?
I am all for making a show where superheroes just try to survive in a zombie apocalypse, even if you're not going to do some of the social commentary. But
I agree.
I wish it felt more classic MCU, not current MCU.
Yep.
Even though I like, Yelena and Kate, this should be the original Avengers.
So you
Or
want
a-
it to happen? So you want this story to happen right after Civil War?
If this is the story that we're going to do with them surviving the zombie apocalypse, then right around there is where you should have done this.
Yeah, or at least do a better mix, because the idea, it's like all the original Avengers have been zombified, and it's all like the new legacy characters try to survive, and you could have maybe done a better mix.
Captain Coon says,
I don't
burying
know.
the lead here, the show does have a 5-year time jump. Of course it's 5 years from the What If episode. I think they reveal that next episode.
Okay. I don't know if that fixes anything, but alright.
Because, I like Yelena. I think Miss Marvel is okay. I don't care about, what's her name from Black Widow, the mom.
And that is not Rachel Weisz. That is
Me
somebody else.
neither, John. But at least we got Yelena. It is really kind of surreal, though, getting this after Thunderbolts, when we know they made this well before Thunderbolts. They wouldn't have even had that script yet. Or at least it wouldn't have been complete and in the... Probably anything like the version we had, I would imagine.
Mhm.
Maybe. I mean, that was delayed a pretty long time, too. To be fair. Oh my god. No, the other one to Maxima. What? See, for a second,
do
I thought
like
they
that
would just
shot
have.
of Cap.
For a second, I thought they would just have a
Zombie
big army of Wakandan zombies, but no, they've already mixed some Avengers and other superhero characters with Okoye.
Remember how they made a really big deal about this being TVMA and for adults? Are you getting that vibe at all?
Not yet. That was some violent confetti, though. Let me tell you. Whew. Senior Six wears Werewolf by Night and Man Thing. I mean, when they make this, it's possible they don't even know they're going to make that yet. Might have been right around the same time. I'm not sure. I've got timeline questions the same way Robert does, except real world.
Oh, that looks really bad. That zombie horde rushing towards them looks like when a video game is struggling to render in all of the enemies, so that they're moving at like half the frame rate of everything else.
Obviously, it goes without saying, like, I'm fine with some levity in a thing like this, but I wish everybody was just a tad more somber given the situation.
Yeah. That's
none of them. The only one of them that seems to be taking this seriously is Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm. And that's a big problem with that What If episode. Somebody in the live chat mentioned that.
It's so cheeseball.
Yeah, they played all of the major character deaths as jokes, which is true, except for Hope. The Wasp of all people. I don't know if you remember, like, her death is really drawn out and they make like super emotional and sad.
That's so
and
weird.
It's like,
no, because
it's so bizarre.
That episode has the weirdest subplot where she kind of like adopts Peter Parker for some reason.
Yep. Everybody else who dies, like, it's played for comedy, but she's the one that's like, oh no, this is heavy. This is sad. And I'm like, no, it's not.
This is all just kind of too dark to look at.
Yep. Well, it's a modern streaming show, so.
Yeah, but it's animated.
Yeah. Okay, but there is something really funny about half of Captain America crawling into the fence.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I was going to ask about it because I was like, wait, they cut him in half in the episode, but they remembered.
And he moves like a spider. The iconic
thing,
like
a Call of Duty crawler.
And again, I get that they don't give a crap about the comics, but the iconic thing with Captain America, the comics, is that his head is busted and his brains are coming out. And it is really weird to see zombie Captain America without that, because that's his iconic look.
Nicholas Bodo says Cap might like 28 Days Later if he wants a somber zombie story. You love that movie, don't you?
I do like 28 Days Later. And it is, in fact, on... I haven't announced all my movies yet, but it is, in fact, on my list for Spooky Mania. So we're gonna be doing that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that movie's all right.
I will say, John, I went back to it for the first time in a lot of years, and I didn't love it as much as I did back in the day, but it still holds up okay.
Yeah, like, I don't hate that movie. I think it's a perfectly fine movie. I just, with zombies, for me, I'm a very old school Romero guy.
Well, you know what my problem was with it? I've just seen seasons and seasons of Walking Dead since then.
Yeah.
And so it just wasn't as impactful because I've watched so much TV that tackles a lot of the same kind of social and human questions, survival questions, and can you hang on to who you are and all of that. Teddy puts in a $10 super chat and says, okay, I'm going to make this quick. Thanks for the super chat, man. A few weeks ago, I pressed a mysterious money sign button on the Horror Fellas channel, and I lost $2. I don't know what happened, and I'm scared. That honestly sounds scarier than what we're watching.
Did you see that fight between the Red Guardian and Zombie Cap? That was embarrassing.
Was it? I'm sorry, I was reading.
It was just like a slapstick bit.
Oh, look, Robert. Now there's violence.
I have no idea who just died.
I don't know. I just saw a skeleton arm go through a leg or something. So I guess now it achieves its R rating.
Is that supposed to be the Abomination?
think so.
Senior Sticks, you had a super chat?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. I missed that. Can we get? Sorry, can we get the reviewer with a pilot comic cover? Can we get the reviewer has a pilot comic cover? Senior Sticks, I don't know what that means, man.
In this universe, it's like the Romero movies, right? Where when you bit, you turn.
Yeah, but here it's like it's super quick. Like you transform in seconds.
I'll say real quick
So
about
why
that.
has a Red Guardian turn?
We have talked about maybe eventually doing some kind of a comic book thing with the reviewer, but I have a different tie-in plan for the movie. But anyway, got to get to that. But thanks for the super chat. That's a great one-liner. You guys, I don't even feel like I'm watching. Like I did this because it's October and it's Halloween, and this isn't foreboding enough. Like, I'm not creeped out the way I want to be.
No, the violence isn't even like fun to watch.
I guess I should have expected that, of course, from the What If show. But they cut
Why
a
did
better.
you move to the side?
They cut a better trailer than what this is.
Yeah, they did.
All right, Blade, do something cool.
He's blading it.
He's blading with his
What
blade.
is that? He's fighting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is a cool action bit.
that was very Deadpool.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know who that was that he was just fighting.
Was that Ghost, maybe?
Maybe. Because I guess I should assume that everybody in a costume is somebody I've seen before, but somehow I wasn't immediately even wondering who it was. I was just like, some...
It's hard to tell because all the zombies are gray.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Robert. It didn't even occur to me that I was supposed to think about who that was. It's like, oh yeah, I'm dumb. If they're wearing a costume, they're probably somebody. Red Guardian's gonna wish that he had his stretch limo now.
Oh no, she's really sad about losing her mother, a character who's never seen or mentioned in Thunderbolts.
That's a good point. No, I hadn't seen Black Widow in so long. Like, I forgot that character even existed.
Yeah, I guarantee when they're making this show, they think, oh yeah, Rachel Weisz's character, she's probably going to come back. They're going to do more with her. I mean, they recast her in this, but still.
You guys listen to sappy piano music.
Oh. Thanks, Zeb Wells.
And whoever Brian Andrews is.
Brad Winterbum. Kevin Feige.
Yeah, this is so tonally mixed, right?
Yeah.
Like, nothing goes together.
I mean,
It's like this music goes with with the show I wanted them to make.
Yeah. It's less embarrassing than the What If episode.
So far.
I'll give it that.
But watch it end as embarrassingly.
Whoa.
I mean, we are going to watch the whole thing.
Oh.
That was one of the episodes of all time.
I can already tell my prediction was off. I do not think John's going to come out the other side of this.
They lost me with how they killed Kate.
They lost me with that they killed Kane.
Yeah. Bringing in Yelena, it kind of got me interested a little bit again, and then that slapstick fight with half of Captain America and Red Guardian was oof.
If there are not any after credits things, I think we should just skip
brought...
on. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and go to the next episode. Let's not bother watching through all the credits.
Okay.
Hey.
Can you believe they're doing credits like a movie on these like that? Like, no, you blow through them in 30 seconds, man. It's 4 episodes. Like, take your time at the end.
I wanted to mention earlier with this new Marvel animation logo they have. I remember when we were all actually watching all of these Disney Plus Marvel shows,
Yeah.
and how quickly we got sick of the Marvel Studios MCU movie intro up top of every single episode. It's fine in a movie, but on every episode of a TV show, it lasts like a minute, and you're like, oh god, you need to change this.
At first, it felt kind of novel. Where it was like every week we're gonna get one of these, and we get the logo.
Yeah.
I didn't start getting sick of it until they got bad, because that used to be a mark of quality. Like you would like even with some of the somewhat more mediocre movies until you got to the later phases after Endgame, that always felt like a mark of quality. It was like I'm in for at least a decent movie, whatever it is. And once these started just being kind of throwaway content, I found myself kind of sighing every time I saw that, where I was like, "This is a shadow of its former self. It doesn't like the logo is not deserved anymore." Not to make too big of a deal out of the logo, but you know what I mean. Manu, Cap, have you seen Succession? Wonderful show, Brian Cox. Thanks for reminding me about that. I haven't, but I am curious about it. I've heard really great things about that show. And of course, I love Brian Cox.
He's amazing. I need to watch it.
All right. Well, it's time for the second episode. We're a quarter of the way there. I can tell you guys look like you're already regretting showing up for this. You're like, why did we do this?
I'm happy to be here.
It'll be fine.
Okay, Great says he's confused by what's happening. I'm having a hard time caring what's happening. He says, why are the zombies able to be reprogrammed? I'm sure we'll find out.
What's going on?
Unless that was already explained and we missed it.
Through the magical power of science.
There was something about follow the science. Anyway, all right, here we go. Make sure at timestamp 0, get ready to press play. We're gonna do it. This one's shorter. Everybody, please press play right now.
I mean, to their credit, I don't think they could ever make anything as possibly bad as Secret Invasion ever again, because that is like the worst kind of bad you can get. It's boring. It's long.
Secret Invasion is boring. That irritates me more. So far,
you haven't gotten past the first episode.
Pissed me off.
Yeah, that first episode irritated me more than Secret.
Yeah, watch that whole thing.
Well, don't watch the whole thing. Whatever it's called.
You know what? You know what would be really impressive though, Robert? If you could, because you're giving this a little bit too much credit when you say that. I feel like you would have to go out of your way. It would be really impressive if you could make something that boring in animation.
But also a factor is this is only 4
That's
episodes.
everyone's favorite character.
Well, yes, of course. Now we got to get Shang-Chi. See, this is what I was worried about. There's just going to be a bunch of characters that I already don't care about. I mean, at least they opened with some of the new ones that I like, but again, to our previous point, and then they killed the best one, and no America Chavez. Maybe we'll get her later. I guess it's possible.
What?
Well, I say that.
I didn't even hate Shang-Chi. I don't need him in this show.
Is it possible, though, that this was made before they had that in the can, and then if they thought this was going to come out before Doctor Strange 2, then they wouldn't have, like, I'm not sure Chavez could even be in the show.
I don't know, but what's happening with the giant zombies? But that was kind of cool.
Was it?
Are we doing something with Giant Man? But then I don't know why there would be more than one, unless it's like something Pym particles.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be what it is.
And then it's kind of fun to mash up stuff like that. It's like we're doing Shang-Chi, but then we're also gonna do an Ant-Man thing on top of it. Yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Pym particles are escaping the lab. That's fun.
That's all right. They should have led with this.
Yeah.
This has a little more weight to it, where at least everybody's not joking about it, and it... Okay, so I'm going to go back on something I said earlier. Now I kind of... Just because we saw that first episode, now I kind of wish we had opened with the start of the zombie apocalypse, like we're doing
that
here.
biker zombie just run into the wall.
Yep. No, this is odd just because it feels like we have a different team making this episode.
It does. Maybe we do. Probably not.
John Kelling says that the zombie outbreak happened during the climax of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know that. I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah, it would be around that because it's before Infinity War.
But Ant-Man and the Wasp was happening during Infinity War.
Oh yeah, it's that guy.
No, it happens before Infinity War.
Yeah, it does.
You're thinking of the after credits scene.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is the very next thing after Infinity War.
Yeah, and it's set before Infinity War.
Right.
And then the after credits scene is where you get that crossover.
Yeah, that's right. So we're all caught up now.
Yeah, what they set up in the What If episode is when they're looking for Janet. It's like Janet's the one in the quantum realm. She's the one who's infected with the zombie virus because that's where the zombie virus comes from in this universe.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Cap, how does the zombie virus start in the comic called Marvel Zombies?
Oh my god, it's been too long. I don't immediately remember. I think it might have come from space.
I want to say in that crossover they reveal that Ash had something to do with it.
I think it might have come from space. I know there's...
Probably not the quantum realm.
I know there's stuff with Magneto going into space.
I couldn't tell who that was.
It's the Mandarin.
Oh. It's the Mandarin. All of this is immediately a lot more cinematic than what we saw in the last episode.
Yeah.
Like all the running through the city stuff and like when they ran out of that building and like blinded us and all of that, like that was decent storyboarding.
Oh, well.
This felt a little more like somebody cared.
What?
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, if you could cut it, usually you'd cut an arm off, obviously, to stop the spread.
But
like,
he's just using the 10 rings.
Like, maybe you could... Could you stop the spread with the ring? How would he know that would work?
I just love the visual of his skin, like, rotting in real time.
Oh my god, you guys in the comments are hilarious. Okay, great. Says, oh my god, the 10 rings have returned. Makira, the 10 rings have finally returned. Tell Jason. Oh, John Kelling, thank you for bringing this up. I wish I had had a chance to reread that before this. I was actually looking for my hardcover last night. I couldn't find it. I don't know if I lent it to somebody or what. It's somewhere. I want to get the Zomnibus, but I haven't bought that yet. Have you guys ever seen that? This is a gigantic tome of all the of most of the Marvel Zombie stuff. It's called the Zomnibus. It's fantastic.
I'm guessing it doesn't have the Army of Darkness crossover.
I don't think it includes that. John Kelly, the Marvel Zombies virus is a bootstrap paradox. It came from nowhere. I thought it was a space thing and is trapped in a time loop contained with two universes eating itself forever. They did that wrong. If you're gonna say 5 years later, you have to do the slow show. You have to. No. Okay, I hate this again.
Hey, it was good for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and we got halfway through that and I went, this is all right. And I was like, they're gonna screw it up. The only chance you have is a cold open.
And, you know, they have lots of different studios and teams working on these things. I am very confident that opening scene was given to somebody else.
I think you might be...
Some department got that right, and now we're back to whatever this is.
Well, as soon as they opened with this, I was like, oh, cool, we're going to do some Mad Max stuff. And it's like, nope, just dumb. I mean, maybe they will do some fun Mad Max stuff. But again, you gotta undercut the whole thing with this kind of humor.
How was this structured as a movie?
Yeah, because it does feel like a TV show. Is that just a scroll?
They're biker scrolls.
Ironically, the scrolls are bad guys now.
Turn it into somebody else. Like, that's your thing.
I gotta say, it's too bad that they don't have access to X-Men at the point that they do this, or at least I doubt we'll have any X-Men stuff, because this would be a perfect place to kind of sandwich together Marvel Zombies and Old Man. You could do some Old Man Logan type stuff.
Yeah.
And this has that
McCur-
aesthetic.
McCur says Marvel Zombie starts in Millar's Ultimate Fantastic Four run that no one talks
Yes,
about.
it does. They actually spin out of that, so it is a multiversal thing in the first place.
Yeah, which is why America Chavez should be here.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying I don't know if this story will be multiversal. You can't use her if she's not going to dimension hop. Like, she would just stand around and not have anything to do.
Oh, like half the characters so far. Can't have that.
Give her some trick arrows.
Yeah. Give her the confetti arrow.
John Kelling, zombie sentry starts the first outbreak. God, thanks for reminding me about all this stuff. Eventually, the remaining zombies from the first universe go to another reality. The sentry from that universe gets infected and gets sent to the first Earth. Now, to be fair, you wouldn't know some of this just reading the first book, because they keep some of that a mystery until later. I think more of that comes in Dead Days, which backtracks and gives us the actual start of the zombie apocalypse. It actually opens right before it.
Yeah, I know I've read the first one. I read the crossover with Army of Darkness. The last one I remember reading, they ate like Galactus and used his powers to spread out into the universe. And I was like, I'm losing interest.
Yeah. The big problem with that series is so many people get eaten and then so many zombies get killed that at some point you just, in some way very early, there just aren't very many characters left to do anything with. And, like, it makes sense that they use up their resources too quickly on Earth and they have to, like, try to spread out into the universe and all of that. But it happens too quick.
And personally, I just don't care about the cosmic stuff. Or at least I didn't at the time. I might be more into it now, but...
This does have me wanting to go back and read all the material I've never read. Just
this does make me want to reread the original.
Because it's probably more fun than this.
Yeah. And like we've had one zombie that talks, but we're still not doing any of like the moral conflict, the internal conflict stuff.
No, again, what's fun about Marvel Zombie, and to be fair, more recent Marvel Zombie stuff tends to do this, where we'll go to humans trying to survive, and your zombies will still talk when you have them, but it's not from their POV. I want the zombies to be the protagonists, or at least I want to start there. That's what's compelling, and that's what's fun about it, is the Avengers go, oh god, we're all zombies now, how can we be heroes? Because we want to eat everybody's brains, and that's what we have to do to survive. And the best thing, like the thing that really got people into that was Spider-Man going, oh god, I ate Aunt May.
Yeah, and I mean, as someone who's not very familiar with the material, I'm fine if they just want to make like a hero surviving an apocalypse show, but this just isn't executed well so far.
No, this feels like what I was kind of worried an Avengers movie with these characters would feel like. It's just a bunch of generic people I don't care about.
This feels like The Walking Dead at its low points.
Yeah, making a bunch of unfunny jokes and really, really typical, predictable MCU jokes singing the songs in cars.
Who was that guy in the mask? I don't recognize that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was either.
He's in the Shang-Chi movie.
Oh.
Oh.
I saw that one.
Robert is Shang-Chi's biggest
because that movie has 50,000 characters. He's one of them.
Because everything's got to be a team movie, and then they have too many villains at the same time.
Okay, great point of the sound. I agree. I like the raft being a salvation boat in the apocalypse.
That's a good idea. But this has the other thing I was worried about, which is it's relying on your having seen a bunch of their Disney Plus stuff and liking it.
Yes.
So it's like, I'm already checked out with Zemo because I didn't like that show. And like, yeah, this is a different situation, and it's a zombie apocalypse, so you could turn me back around on it, and we could have fun with these characters. But the problem is, they're going to be characterized more or less the way they were in those shows. So, like, this isn't going to be movie Zemo. This is going to be Disney Plus Zemo. Probably.
How long is this after the end of the first episode?
5 years. That's why it said 5 years later.
Okay, but we open on a flashback to the start of the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So you're saying how long after? Yeah.
Yeah, because Kate and everyone are here. Or not Kate, sorry.
Kate's dead.
Yeah.
Confetti.
Yelena and everyone's here.
Don't say that.
Don't say that!
Confetti Kate. Zombie Confetti Kate. It would have been cool if she'd been turned into a zombie, actually.
Not checking her arrows.
At least let the first one that dies become zombified.
No, they have to get incinerated so we can show how adult this show is.
Now, I wasn't being fair with what I said a minute ago about Zemo, because I haven't actually seen what they're doing yet, but I'm just saying that's why I don't immediately care.
It's an apocalypse. What are you doing?
He gave a speech. Yeah. They have plenty of resources, John. They've got a matter energy replicator sitting around. It's fine.
Okay, Cap, you are the Star Trek guy. Is there a zombie episode of Star Trek that I should watch?
Not that you should watch.
Oh.
One of, if not the worst episode of Enterprise is a zombie episode.
Oh, and so that's like they waited till like the early 2000s zombie craze to hit that trope.
Funnily enough,
like Smallville.
Like we turn characters into monsters quite a bit. We do stuff that touches up against them. We don't do full. We do a Vulcan zombie episode with a ship of flat out zombie Vulcans in The Expanse in season 3, and it should have been cool. And it's hard to look at, like. It has that low light problem, Robert, where like you can't even see what the hell's happening with a lot of it, and it makes you motion sick, and it just wastes a lot of time. Anyway, it's terrible.
Huh.
So the answer, John, is no.
I've been listening to an old Friday the 13th documentary, and Star Trek came up because there's a Friday the 13th TV show. And that show just exists because they wanted to replicate the success they had with TNG, with whatever they had laying around. And that was one of them.
Well, they didn't succeed with that. I've never even heard of that show.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with the movies. It's like a cursed antique show. It's called Friday the 13th.
So they're trying to... Weird. So they're trying to get a hold of the Nova Corps right now.
Yes.
I'm just trying to prove that I'm paying attention. Thank you, John.
Is that supposed to be John Walker? I genuinely don't know.
Probably. Yes. Definitely. And they're together because they were in the same show together, even though they have to meet. See, this is playing a lot like the universe convalesces to make sure that characters come together that we saw in other shows, even though they wouldn't have met the same way.
No, and it's such a shame because I think there's a lot of interesting character dynamics you could do. Robert, because you just watched this, but is Bucky dead in the What If episode?
I think so. I think they kill him at the end of that. But like it happens off screen, I think.
Okay, I'm done with this Okoye shot. We cannot introduce her without the back off camera every single time. We go on her face and it's like, I'm saying something creepy. And the camera's backing off from my face.
So I have a very simple question. Where's Spider-Man?
I want Spider-Man.
Oh. Screw you, Namor.
Oh.
I knew that was coming. But that explains what I was asking about with Black Panther 2 earlier. So they're definitely far enough along with that when they're making this.
So the Zombie Queen's identity is pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
Well, they kind of told us about it earlier, to be fair.
Well,
I didn't want to say it out loud and spoil it in case somebody.
I mean, if you're assuming it's Wanda, like, didn't they just already give us Wanda earlier? Like,
and that's in the What If episode. Like, that's not.
Okay, but Robert,
mystery.
to be fair, that would require me to remember the What If episode, and that would require me to watch it again, and I'm not doing that. I refuse. But yeah, I might have missed a piece of dialogue. I thought they were leaving it as a mystery in this show.
it'd be nice to have
Hey, do
some
you guys
mystery.
remember that really old movie Titanic?
John Kelling says that Bucky isn't confirmed dead. In fact, they've already stated that if they do a season 2, they're gonna bring him back. Well,
that's not going to happen.
That's up.
Well,
That's
I don't know
big
about
effort.
that, but well.
I mean, I say that nothing surprises me anymore. Watch them announce it next week, and we'll all be simultaneously baffled and not surprised somehow, all at the same time. Because Disney does nothing that makes sense anymore. They waste money all the time.
Am I supposed to be shocked that the villain did a villain thing?
Yeah, they love doing that fake out with Zemo. Like, he's Zemo. Look, he's Magneto.
Yeah, you own the X-Men now. Why are the X-Men in this?
Yeah, but they were making this before they were allowed to do anything with them. That's the problem.
That's what I was talking about earlier, John, is like, it's too bad this wasn't a little bit further in. Because that deal had
I guess it would have been a little bit
through.
longer, wouldn't it?
Like
Yeah, I'm
sorry,
I guess I'm not sure on the timeline on that.
the
Like, when
very
they were allowed to
first
use them.
thing. So you can tell they're making this like maybe just before Black Panther 2 comes out. Is my guess.
It was definitely announced before that.
And that's why they've got Namor
Well,
here and Riri and
wait a
all of
minute.
that.
I could be misremembering like release dates and filming dates.
Yeah.
But if they're making this around Black Panther 2, wouldn't Doctor Strange 2 have already happened?
No, that's after that.
Oh, was that after that? Okay.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I'm asking. That's why I'm asking you.
No, wasn't Doctor Strange 2 first?
Oh my god.
I mean, these,
I can't
these are all
remember this
getting made
crap
around
anymore.
the same. But also, Black Panther 2 was pushed back a year because of Chadwick Boseman's passing. But like, they're making all these things around the same time.
They're the same year.
Okay.
So that means that, here's the thing. That means that there could be Doctor Strange 2 stuff in this show, but that movie is changed so massively at the 11th hour that they might not even have Raimi at the point they're making the show. That's kind of the point I was trying to make earlier.
Well, I was just asking because that movie obviously is allowed to reference X-Men stuff.
Yeah, but it's the first thing that does.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point, John. I mean, it just depends on what they were allowed to use. And then the other thing about it is, this is supposed to be right now anyway, just the MCU. They're not going to introduce their own X-Men characters in this. So, like, keep in mind, the only X-Men stuff they've done so far is Fox X-Men.
Yes, that is true.
So,
And
they couldn't bring in anything here.
yeah, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong on this, but wasn't there a thing where, like, if they used X-Men in a movie, like, it had to be the Fox versions? Like, they weren't allowed to recast. I could be wrong on that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's just it was very convoluted and confusing. But what I understood was, like, they could use, like, Patrick Stewart, Professor X, and Doctor Strange 2, but they couldn't recast Professor X at that time. Is a thing I heard.
Yeah, that I've never heard. It just wouldn't make sense to do it here.
Yeah.
Whether they could or not. Because now they're locked into some version.
So we're almost done with episode 2, which would be halfway through the show.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the plot of this is supposed to be.
Well, they're trying to get a hold of the Nova Corps.
Yes.
And there was a MacGuffin they were after in the first episode that did something. It was a little thing. The little device. And now they're trying to fight Namor.
Hey, it's nobody's favorite Marvel character.
And they're underwater, and it's like
Yeah. And I just checked, like, the show was announced in 2021.
Why is Namor bulletproof?
He's super strong. At least
I don't know that he's supposed to be flat out bulletproof, maybe.
Well, they just shot him and it's not doing anything. And somebody died, but I couldn't tell who it was.
Why is that in slow motion? That was terrible.
Don't do that.
Yeah, we're trying to do some of that claustrophobic horror stuff, I guess. Like real dark.
The problem is this is so jump cutty. I can't tell where everyone's at.
Yeah, I can't tell who's dying or who I'm supposed to care about.
Yeah, it's a lot of violence. I don't know that I'm impacted by any of it, but there it is. John Kelling, what if season 1 would have been well into production while Multiverse of Madness was in heavy pre-production? But yeah, pre-production for a project that was very different from the thing they finally ended up making.
Yes.
But I will backtrack for a second and say, Robert, you and I were a little bit off the way we were talking about like whether they could use any of the Fox stuff yet, because this was late enough. I mean, they've got Blade, and they think they're about to make that movie. So, like, there is that.
But Blade's New Line Cinema.
Oh, that's true. I always think that's Fox. I always think that they had that, but it was... No, you're right. So they had already made that deal earlier?
My brain is mush.
Wait, are we going to kill Yelena too?
Oh, of course we are. We got to get rid of because they got to get rid of the characters they know we like, because we'll be sad about it. Which suggests that they know which ones are actually cool and which ones we don't care about, even though they keep pushing the ones we don't care about on us.
She hasn't even done anything in this show either.
What is it you always say? Honor me with every breath you take. Does he always say that? I don't remember that being a thing.
He says that all the time.
No.
Wow, they don't even get to have that heartfelt exchange in Thunderbolts now.
Oh.
It's not a horror movie, but I wish I was watching Thunderbolts.
That's scarier than this. It's not even a horror movie. And hardly anyone dies in it. And it's still scarier than this. With the Void. It
true.
is.
Yeah, because this is just like actively annoying me. I wouldn't mind if they killed these characters and it felt like it mattered.
Well,
I
I
don't
want
even
them
know
all
what
to
she
die
died
so that we
for.
can follow the zombies. See what they're doing. It's probably more interesting. Actually, maybe I don't want that. Because all we'll get are back-off shots of a person's face, of a zombie's face, over and over again. Okay, great. Namor is universal for some reason. Yeah, it's like they finally were able to use all these characters at the same time, even though they're not all Fox. I think, see, I'm dumb. Obviously, I know that about Blade, but what keeps throwing me off is all of the Fox tribute stuff in Deadpool 2, or in Deadpool 3. Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine, and Blade is roped into all of that, but his new line, that keeps screwing me up.
Yeah.
I'll blame it on that.
No, Robert. I remember when he showed up in that movie, I was like, wait a minute, he wasn't Fox.
Robert's like, Cap has no credibility now.
Well, you really lost me with the fumble on Rescuers Down Under. We're very sure that came out before Little Mermaid. I was like, no, it didn't.
Yes, but that's never been thought of as part of the Disney Renaissance. Like, nobody talks about it like that. It's always Little Mermaid, and then whatever the next one is, Aladdin, or no, whatever the next one is.
Yeah.
I was also there for all of that, and I'm older than you, and I'm telling you, nobody at the time thought about that as part of the big, like, and people like Rescues Down Under, okay, but that felt like part of the previous, partly because it's a sequel, of course. And that is the better of those two movies. The first Rescuers is weird. Somebody had me do that for a request at one point. I had never seen it, and the villain in that was supposed to be Cruella de Vil, so it was supposed to be a spin-off of 101 Dalmatians.
Weird.
And then it wasn't. And if you go back and ever watch that, Robert, you're like, oh yeah, this is that exact same character, just genericified.
Mm-hmm.
Disney would never do that.
John Kelling, I'm still confused as to why Zombie Thanos was even in Wakanda at the end of the initial What If episode. I'm sure this will explain.
I do remember that shot because I thought you were going to be really excited to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, because he goes to Wakanda to get the stone from Vision. That's why he's there. But earlier in that episode, Vision dies and he's somewhere else.
But Robert, remember Infinity War?
Oh, okay. I get it.
Maybe
okay,
I'm glad
When do you consider the end of the Disney Renaissance? When they greenlit this show.
We had a good run.
Yeah, I love how everybody just wants to talk about, and it's really apropos too, right? It's like we're watching modern Disney animation for Marvel that very few people like, and everybody's like, "Can we talk about when Disney was good?" Yeah. Like that's because this felt completely unrelated. Oh no, it's not. This is a perfect conversation to be having. It's like everyone just wants to go retro Disney right now. Screw current Marvel and current Disney animation in anything.
Well, Cap, when do you think the Disney Renaissance ended?
When do you think the Disney era ended?
Most people say Pocahontas, but you know, I like Tarzan. I like Mulan a lot. I like Hunchback. I don't know.
No, you're not right about that. I don't think most people consider Pocahontas. I think most people would consider it at least post. You said Mulan, but even Hercules is after that. Hercules has always been roped into that. I hear people debate it as maybe after Tarzan, or maybe I think Tarzan is still part of it. Even though there was a decline at that point in a lot of people's minds, like they weren't as popular, and a lot of people don't think that the last couple movies there are as good as the stuff earlier in the decade. But there's a lot of debate about whether it's even after like Treasure Planet and that stuff. Like, I think it rides out. I think a lot of people had checked out by then, and so I always go back and forth. Partly because I've not seen those, but I never saw anything after Tarzan. Like I was checked out by that point, but I can see an argument for the Disney Renaissance goes until they go 3D. I could see that argument, but I can also see the argument that it stops when people stop caring, which is that gets more debatable.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, there's stuff like was it Home on the Range, like stuff that's completely forgotten in that 2000s era, and then Chicken Little was a big disaster.
Yeah.
That was an early 3D one, but then Tangled was huge.
But that's what I'm saying is like before 3D.
Mm-hmm.
Like you definitely have to cut it off before that.
Yeah.
Obviously, and so that would make it.
I do like Atlantis a lot.
That would make it Atlantis. I think Atlantis was after Treasure Planet, maybe.
I think Treasure Planet was after, and then that was like
then it would be Treasure Planet, or it'd be Tarzan if it's after people had kind of stopped caring. So I've always thought of it as maybe Tarzan.
Okay. I am enjoying this conversation a lot more than whatever this show.
Me too. We've got 2 more of these left to do. Let's finish it up. Here we go. So we killed the Elena, which I should be more sad about, but like you said, we didn't do anything with her.
I don't even know why she died. Like what she was doing.
She saved them.
Brother Bear. I never saw Brother Bear.
I didn't either.
She was Brother Bear.
Isn't that also
yes.
3D? You're naming 3D movies though.
No, that's 2D.
Oh, is it?
That Brother Bear is 2D.
Okay.
Yeah, and Home on the Range I think is 2D.
All right, let's get back into this. Here we go. There's a certain vein they have to kind of be in. And those movies are a lot sillier and not anything like in that vein anymore. And that's why I think people can't decide with those movies.
Well, and that's the era when Pixar was just dominating,
Yeah. They'd really taken the mantle. All right, here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. I'm hoping things pick up a little bit here.
Why?
So I don't fall asleep.
All right.
No, at this point, I don't care at all. So now I just want it to get, like, bat stuff crazy. Like, forget what John said. I'm ready for them to go to space right now.
That would be better than what's happening currently.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, and I think I'm more annoyed with that last episode because I already hate Namor, and MCU Namor is just nothing.
Guys, it's
Spider-Man. Oh, it's Spider-Man.
Finally.
Remember the What If episode?
I believe that's Tom Holland.
Oh, did you hear that? They cured all the zombies with Wakandan tech and that stone.
They're trying to.
No, I just said it because that's not what happened.
Oh.
Okay, Ant-Man's head being on Doctor Strange's body is kind of fun.
Well, no, his head is in a jar, but the cape.
Is it just a cape?
Float.
Oh, now we got Thanos.
There he is.
Cap, it's your favorite.
I see. For a second, I thought we were setting up some kind of like alternate reality thing or something. I guess I missed the way he was saying that. Yeah, was he saying I'd like to tell you that that's what happened? Is that what he's saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Blind commentaries are the best way to take a show in.
I mean, with this show, that is correct. It is insane they made us wait till the 3rd episode for Spider-Man.
We're still not going to let him be a zombie. Can you let him talk? Can he say anything?
He's learning.
Yeah, well, he can do that. Like, yes, he's a zombie, but he's a self-aware zombie. It would still have the exact same mental faculties.
Well, yeah, 3 of you went to fight Thanos. What did you expect?
What you think was that with the majority of the stones in the gauntlet, no less.
Oh, remember Infinity War?
Okay, why would Thor end up with the Guardians just like he did in that movie?
Okay, so the What If episode opens with Hulk being sent to New York like he was in Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
So all
okay.
that stuff happened.
So that
but
stuff
then
all
when Hulk-
happened.
yes, but
Okay.
then when Hulk gets here, the world's
What?
filled with zombies.
Okay. We got to get rid of
What's
all these expendable characters, John.
Like Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody wants to see him.
Did we just take out Thor too?
Yeah, no, all three of them just died. That was pointless.
Yeah, this guy doesn't sound anything like Tom Holland.
No, what do you mean? It sounds exactly like him. I remember when Tom Holland sounded lifeless. No, okay,
Fair.
so
What are you
we've
gonna do with
complained,
dialogue?
and fair enough, I think, about the show's humor.
Yeah.
Spider-Man should be making quips right now.
But he's really sad that Hope died, John.
John, I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because even though Zombie Thanos should be talking and have a personality, Spider-Man's been talking this whole time like he's an automaton. And why would you make quips at an automaton? What is this music? I mean, I get that it's like the African Wakandan stuff, but it just doesn't fit the scene.
Is this Marvel Zombies or The Lion King?
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of Lion King in Black Panther, but what it felt like is he brings his own soundtrack with him that like plays on top of the soundtrack you're already listening to. It's very
Wait, how
strange.
does that work?
How does what work?
He like teleported the stone out of.
He was using the Mind Stone, the Reality
Oh.
Stone, or whatever, to trick him.
I'm shocked they're gonna kill Black Panther here.
Is he gonna? Yeah, and he hasn't got to say anything. It's so funny too, because Spider-Man goes, "I heard him whisper," and we don't get to hear him
Yeah.
whisper.
Well, it's funny because the main Black Panther episode in the first season of What If treats him like he's the second coming of the Marvel Universe. Like,
Yeah.
if he was Star-Lord, it would fix everything. And then this episode is like he has a non-speaking role and then he dies. That's it.
And it's a spin-off of that same show.
Yeah.
Dude, that
So,
episode's
Cap,
pretty bad too.
You're the biggest Thanos fan that I know. Was that a satisfying Thanos cameo?
Not really. I mean, he didn't say anything.
Well, no, he roared.
Oh. They can't decide how their zombies work.
I predict there's a reason why Okoye talks in the other stone.
I am
there
pretty
is?
sure it's Wanda that's making them talk.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh no! So they haven't just retconned it and changed it to they talk now.
No, it's Wanda's doing it.
Okay, I want to be hyperbolic and say if I'd known that.
Tom Holland Spider-Man. Who is that?
I want to be hyperbolic and say if I'd known that coming in, I just wouldn't have even watched this tonight. We'd be doing something else entirely. That's probably not
true. It's not
true.
too late. We can
I hate
shut
that.
this off and watch Terrifier 2.
That's a good idea.
And we can retitle the stream, How Long Can Cap Last Watching Terrifier 2?
You guys think we'd get fewer or more viewers?
The
Probably
Terrifier
more.
movies are crazy popular.
Probably not with my audience. Maybe.
You might
No,
bring
the
in
best-
some new people.
The best
like,
news
oh,
story
this-
of last year was Terrifier 3 destroying Joker 2 at the box office.
Yep.
I can't believe this is our team of
Aw.
protagonists. See, this is what I and everyone else should be afraid Doomsday is going to be like.
That's fair.
No, the only two characters in this that I like are Miss Marvel, who I think is okay, and Red Guardian, who is severely hurt by the fact that it's not that actor.
And that it's not post Thunderbolts.
I'm pretty sure that's David Harbour.
Is it?
Yeah, I can double check.
Well, it doesn't. I guess it sounds a little different.
I'm looking at a cast list and I don't see his name there. Nope, yep, he's there. That is him.
Huh.
Which suggests that he's not used to voice acting.
No, I can't. The closest that I've seen him do voice acting besides this is he's in that Alone in the Dark game reboot.
That's up. I'm not saying he's bad in this or anything, but I couldn't tell it was him either.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't think he's got. I think he's probably one of the least experienced in the voice acting.
I'm not holding this against any of the actors here.
Well, especially because chances are they all did it on their own with very little to no coaching and just had to send in their like. It's kind of impressive that some of the acting is as good as it is if that's the case. I don't know if that was true for everybody. Although I would assume that if they had to do it at home, there's probably at least like a director on the other end. Maybe. But maybe not. Maybe they're just recording them into a microphone and sending them off. I don't know.
No, there are probably people on like Skype or whatever. Remember Skype?
Mikura, to be fair, of course, we're like always, we're talking over this. So if I was listening to this without these guys also in my headset.
Get out of
Once
my head.
again, it is all Robert's fault.
That's right.
Austin's here. He says, to be fair, and what if most of the actors suck, including Cumberbatch, who is very seasoned at voice acting? It's got to be direction or lack thereof.
Yeah. See, Robert, what they did was they got all these actors in a Discord call, and then they just had them read their lines and recorded it that way.
Oh, well, Discord probably kept, like, cutting them off and closing calls and...
Who is this?
So by the time you get a usable take, they're already just really irritated, so the lines are bad.
Is that supposed to be Valkyrie?
Is that Valkyrie? That's what I was gonna... Probably. Shut up. No, nobody would have any idea who you are. Blade / Moon. It's so dumb. That's my favorite moment in this so far. Blade / Moon Knight walks up and says, "You have no idea who you're talking to."
That is correct.
Nope. Why would anyone know that?
Why is that your voice for Khonshu?
That's what it is in that show.
That's
oh god.
He's F. Murray Abraham from 13 Ghosts remake, which you love.
I mean, it's
John.
Right. I just think it's
you
the worst
also
thing
love
ever.
The
like
Moon Knight show.
You know, I'm scared to go back to it.
I didn't love it in the first place.
I mean, and I never loved it. I thought it was
has
decent.
its moments. It also has a bad last episode.
A very bad last episode.
But it has like one of the best. That fifth episode is so good.
Is it? Is it, John?
Is it not the fifth episode, the flashback one?
It is. I wouldn't call it good.
I've seen what you think is good.
Oh god.
I don't want to be here anymore. This is exactly what I was. They walk in. This is so D&D. I call Paladin. I'm gonna murder all of you.
Cap's freaking out.
I've never wanted to be a zombie this bad. Like myself. Like if this is what the world was like, I'd rather be on the side of the flesh-eating zombies.
Well, see, Cap, this is actually extremely well written. The intention was to make you hate the human characters so that you're rooting for the zombies who are never on screen.
Well, okay, that sounds like a real convoluted roundabout way of doing that. You know what you could have done? You could focus on the zombies and let them freaking talk.
But Cap, that would be giving you what you want. They're playing
Oh.
three-dimensional chess. They know what you want, but they know better than you. So they're going to make you want what you wanted more by not giving you what you wanted.
Well, let me
So
just put
you'll
it to you
want it
this way.
more.
I have purchased Marvel Zombie books, and I spent a lot of money on the Marvel Zombies board game, and I wouldn't spend a dime on anything related to whatever this is.
Why are the Asgardians buffoons in everything now?
Because it's
Because
so
funny.
funny. Well, I mean, you know who you have to blame.
Yeah. Instead of partying, you guys could have wiped out like all of the zombies by now. Whatever happens next is all their fault. Wait, I thought he died.
I thought you did too.
Maybe not everything's as it seems.
You did watch this already, didn't you? Why did you do that?
I did not. There's just a couple spoilers I know about.
I did not.
Look what Watiti did to Marvel, you guys.
John Kelling says, "Who told you Thor died?" Don't tell me it didn't happen. I saw it
I
happen.
was there. I saw it happen. Oh, now my brain's going back to the USS Uhura.
Oh,
Wait a
God,
minute, what?
That was ages ago.
Makira said only Groot and Rocket got fully vaporized. Oh, Thor only got partially vaporized?
Wait, what?
I don't know. Wanda, why are you moving at a lower frame rate than everyone else? These are the lines that she recorded in her house that she doesn't remember recording, everybody. She doesn't even know that she's the Queen of the Dead.
That's true.
Whoa, you're the Queen of the Dead? That's awesome.
And she's like, I didn't know that I was the Queen of the Dead. I guess that's kind of interesting. She's like the one person that could reverse zombieism. I don't know. Robert's not buying it.
So why did you heal everyone else?
It's whom?
The Wakandan event released
What?
infinite energies.
What?
Okay.
Oh. Oh, you always gotta have the stupid dream prophecy thing.
And we haven't even gotten any of Elizabeth Olsen until this episode, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course she recorded all this in an afternoon.
Yeah. Why would she remember doing that?
Oh, no.
It's kind of amazing that she even remembers this happened and knew what they were talking about. We should be impressed that her response wasn't, "What's Marvel Zombies?" Oh my god. See, this is why
been
Red Guardian
bamboozled.
ate a plate full of cheeseburgers.
What a lame way to write off Red Guardian.
Because it's funny now.
Wait, why isn't he turning?
Yeah, or like, I was gonna ask, are you ahead of me? Like, Like, are we writing him out? What is?
Well, I just assumed because he ate the food that they did.
Maybe he has a stronger metabolism.
Oh my God, she's still a zombie.
Yep.
Okay,
That
so
was like the other spoiler I knew.
so that's the whole big spoiler is that she's the only one that's allowed to be self-aware.
I guess. But then you have zombie Thanos who can't talk, but like he knows how to use the Infinity
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
That's why I'm still standing by what I said. They don't know how their zombies work.
Yes.
Can we get rid of that guy?
And that guy.
The
that
cop
girl.
guy from Shang-Chi or whatever. Isn't he a cop? I don't even remember anymore. It's been too long. What does he do?
Yeah, hey, Thor, you might want to try doing something.
Oh, Cap, that's not from Shang-Chi.
No,
that's,
what's that from?
He's in WandaVision in the Ant-Man movies.
That's what it is. That's what it. I thought he was also in Shang-Chi.
Why is he here? Oh.
I feel like this is supposed to be
Oh.
creepy and funny at the same time. It is neither.
No, but that was a cool way to kill someone.
If he just keeps yelling a lot, it's funny. And now he's dead. I don't know if that's supposed to be funny.
No, that was definitely supposed to be funny with the head.
So you guys might not agree with this. I do sort of like this premise. I don't know if we buy it at all. Of Wanda, just in how it like reflects mainline continuity in that she's got it in herself to go this dark. I mean, it's not for anything like the same reasons, and it's just because she became zombified. But it's kind of fun to do that. Where you do that same fake out that you'll get later in Doctor Strange, where like she's actually the bad guy, and it looked like she was maybe like our savior for a second, or someone that could help us. Like I kind of like that. And if only all the other zombies were self-aware and allowed to talk, I would kind of be cool with this idea of a Wanda that can, that is a zombie but is able to hide it. That's kind of fun.
No, that whole bit with
Yeah.
her revealing herself to have like disguised the food has been the best thing in this entire show.
That in the opening scene of episode 2. I just wish it didn't take this long. I just wish that's what the show was from the get-go. Don't wait till episode 3
Yeah.
for that reveal.
No, Robert,
Especially
you
when zombie Thanos is so nothing, you know?
Yeah, what I'm having with this is every 15 minutes I'm going, no, this should be how the show opens. No, this should be how the show opens. I never feel like I'm into a story.
No, like I'm having a hard time picturing this as a movie. This feels like 4 very different episodes of a TV show.
It's definitely structured like a miniseries. I don't even think I believe
only
them
4 episodes.
that it was ever supposed to be a movie. I'm sorry, Robert, what?
No, yeah, it's weird that it's only 4 episodes. Who's getting the sad death here? Alexi's a zombie now, okay. Okay, John, you know what they were trying to do with that? With Red Guardian? They were trying to do the Tom Savini thing in From Dusk Till Dawn with like the slow transformation. They just did it poorly.
Yeah, because everybody else turned the minute they found out what they'd eaten, and he was just like, I'm fine. I'm not fine.
Yeah, but they played it as a joke.
It's because he's a big guy, I guess.
He's not even that big in this show. That's the weird
it's
part.
true. Somebody had to say punch it. Now I'm flashing back to Abrams' Star Trek again.
Well, that's what they say on Star Trek, Cap. They say punch it when they go into.
That's what they say in
warp.
Nonsense. I want to swear now. Later Star Trek. Why is it we can't? Nobody in modern science fiction can get in a damn spaceship outside of Guardians of the Galaxy and not say punch it. Kabams!
Oh, that was cool.
I can't help but think that John is being sarcastic every time he says anything's cool. He might have actually liked that. I don't know.
Thor got the cool ending. Never mind. Why does the MCU just hate Thor? Like I don't understand.
Why does the MCU hate me? That's what I want to know. What did I do? I've given it lots of money.
You didn't like their take on Thanos.
Well, I don't love their take on Thanos.
No, they watched your Infinity War review and took that as a challenge.
No, and that's why everything since then has been mediocre to terrible.
Yeah, so when you think about it, it's really
not
all
everything.
There are
exceptions.
Why are we doing this self-sacrifice scene again?
He hasn't earned this.
It feels like we have to do it every episode.
Oh, it's all they got.
We've done it.
Stays behind.
I know there's only.
Kate?
I know there's only 3 episodes, but that's we have a formula for a 4-episode TV show, you guys, and they want us to think at some point it was a movie. Which means if it was a movie, they did it every half hour. It's not even a 3-act formula. It's a 4-act formula. Look how we broke Robert.
Robert's gonna freak out.
Oh, we're going to space. We're finally going to space.
We're going to the final frontier.
Are we on the USS Uhura?
No, that was the car one.
But yeah, we did it with Kate, and then we did it with Yelena, and then we did it with Thor.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm glad I called that. I was like, wait a minute, it's the same scene. We do this in every episode.
Well, and I was gonna say at least the big change they made. I'm gonna be snarky for a second in this episode is they did it with a character I don't like as well. Except we're at Infinity War Thor now, and that's the good Thor. Also, I didn't need the fangirl crap right before Thor died. Because I know we're talking over that, but I'm pretty sure what she said was, "You can't die, you're the last Avenger."
Yeah, that's what she said.
Is Ant-Man's head still around, or did he die?
Ant-Man's head is off with Spider-Man, wherever the hell they are.
I was going to say, I'm actually really surprised we didn't do that trope all the way through this. We're carrying around somebody's head.
Yeah. Well, but I don't know if they got Paul Rudd for this.
Well, that didn't stop them from doing Spider-Man and giving him a lengthy voiceover.
Yeah, but they had Paul Rudd in the What If episode. I don't know.
Well, they still could have done it.
Yeah.
With the sound alike.
Okay, but Spider-Man is a weird case, though. John was talking earlier about, like, oh, that doesn't look like Tom Holland. It's like, well, but that's a
sound
weird
like him?
Sony... That's a weird Sony rights issue thing, though, because even the costume, like, it has to be tweaked. If you look at, like, the logo and stuff is different. Like, it is not 100%. Like, it's close enough, but, like, there are differences.
Well, he wasn't even talking about his look, though. He was just talking about what
I also jokingly
He mentioned
said it
his
doesn't
look.
look like Tom Holland. I was being serious. But...
Sorry, I missed that. Wow, I'm so shocked that the Nova Corps is not being helpful.
That's disappointing. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm just saying I don't know why they would necessarily care what happens to Earth.
Oh, screw you,
You know, like they would just want to make sure the zombie outbreak didn't get to them, I would think. Like Nova in the Guardians movie isn't played like horrible people, but there's bureaucracy and stuff. Like,
to be fair, I'd be crying foul if the heroes were supposed to be optimistic, didn't think that the Nova Corps would come to help. I think it's
But-
more interesting if they believe that they're going to help, and then
Wait, I know where
Oh.
Robert's about to go.
But weren't the Nova Corps destroyed by Thanos before Infinity
Yeah.
War?
And so if all that happened in this timeline, you shouldn't have a Nova Corps right now.
Yeah.
Or they should be real splintered and messed up.
Right.
they're
Well,
all
we
messed up.
They decimated Xandar. That's the line in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad we
Now,
have the same train of thought
it's off screen and we get it from like a radio message, so it's possible these people don't even realize that.
Yeah. But we never see them again. We only see them in the first Guardians movie.
Yeah. No, you're right. I said Guardians movies. They're only in that first one.
Mm-hmm.
And where's the rest of the Guardians?
Can't afford them.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
James
wondering
Gunn
about
was
that.
just fired, and that cast is
we
not
didn't,
participating.
'cause you're
they
right,
made
we
this like
didn't-
4 years ago.
we just got Rocket and Groot disintegrating, right?
Yeah. Star-Lord and Nebula and
Gamora.
Gamora and Drax.
None of them were there.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That'd
we
be
got
bringing
one
in
more
a character
episode.
that I care about.
Joe Edchill is here and says F Zeb Wells. I never want to be that mean, but yes. Okay. So let's go
I
to.
just don't feel
I
like
wouldn't
had him
say it out loud, but I have a similar. I've just never really loved anything he's written, and lately I've really disliked a lot of Zeb Wells stuff. And
I've never read any of his work.
And I don't like the way Marvel has been treating him like an A-list writer and like their golden boy because they don't have anybody, hardly, besides Hickman, who's clearly burnt out. Anyway. And I'm really surprised that Hickman has stayed with them the way he has, considering the way they burned him on Powers of X and all of that. But
Well, and it would be different if
I feel so
he
weird
had
talking about
anything-
comics in the show.
Okay, but
It's
it
like
would
the
be
MCU
different if he
doesn't
had
care
like
about comics.
if he had anything else to his name right now outside of Amazing Spider-Man. Because yes, we all clown on him for the Paul stuff or whatever, but to be fair, Marvel won't let anyone make that book good right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
If he's writing something else that's good, but I haven't
Nothing
read
was,
any of the
yeah,
Man's
but
work.
he's not, and nothing was forcing him to make it that
Nothing was
convoluted and terrible.
forcing him to do the stuff that he did.
No,
Mhm.
they might have had a mandate. Of course, you can't actually let the marriage go through, even though it was looking like it could have been going that direction. What he did looked like him kind of flipping the audience the bird. Now, once I actually read it, it wasn't as intense as the way people were talking about it, because people failed to mention that he actually wrote an issue or two before it happens. People act like he just comes on and the very first thing he does is that, which is not exactly accurate. But it's still him clearly stacking the deck for it.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'm giving the man what little grace I can. Well, and also to say, not just that he comes in right at the end and does that, but that he actually was one of the architects of that run before that. Because when the previous writer leaves, they have this rotating group, and he's actually in that rotating group. So he writes a few issues before he comes in, and people miss that too.
I will give him this. He's a co-writer on Deadpool and Wolverine, and I liked that movie.
Yeah, same here. That's true. So, his Deadpool and Batman should have been a lot better.
Well, okay, but also that movie is like heavily improved by Ryan Reynolds and other people.
Yeah, so it's hard to say how much credit you can even give him.
The moral of the story is that he's a hack.
I agree. I feel more comfortable saying that because it doesn't have the F word in it. Okay, let's watch this last episode. Like I said, mercifully, it's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited to go to space?
Yeah. Oh wait, you don't mean Power Rangers in space?
I wish that's what we were watching right now.
That'd be better.
Robert, watch some Power Rangers with us, man.
Okay.
I've been trying for months.
Robert doesn't even want to watch.
Dude, I watched every Power Rangers movie with you. Come on.
There's 3 of them, and none of them are good. All right, here we go.
Oh, hey. I will not accept
whoa.
95 slander here.
I mean, I like 95. It's not good. Dude, back on the old rewind scale, I gave that a 1.5 back in my earliest days. Okay? It's not good, but I like it. Everybody, please press play. Right. Now.
Bum, bum.
No, Joe, he wrote the Deadpool Batman one-shot for Marvel. There's a DC one coming also, so neither of those are miniseries. So we got one more shot at it. I'm just hoping to hell that he's not one of the writers on the Superman Spider-Man crossover next year that was just announced. I really hope they don't go back to him.
Yeah,
I don't think Marvel remembers how to hire real writers.
They won't.
That's not happening. Cap, we haven't ranted about that logo.
The
enough.
best we can get for that is JMS, because JMS has done some Marvel work for them lately, and nobody likes his Superman run. Anyway, I'm sorry. It would make sense for him to do that because he's had a run both on Superman and Spider-Man. Except he did Grounded. Nobody likes Grounded. Anyway, sorry, Robert. What were you saying?
We haven't ranted about that logo enough. Why did they make such a big deal about using the comic Marvel Zombies logo in the advertising for this show, and then in the actual show, it's like the boringest, dullest white font you've ever seen in your life?
That's a great question. I mean,
it's weird because for most of these shows, like they design their own logos. They usually don't use the ones from the comics, but all over the advertising, like it is the Marvel Zombies logo from the comics.
That's an excellent
and then it's
question.
Not in the show.
I can't begin to answer that because neither the writers or the executives care about the source material. So they just think like they can't deny how eye-catching it is, but then why not use it in the show?
I will give this show a 10 out of 10 if this ends with all of them dying.
It won't.
That would be a happy ending.
This is having exactly what I was worried about, which is the what if thing of you'll show me characters I really like and get me excited and then get rid of them, and then I'm stuck with a bunch of irritating characters I already didn't like that are somehow worse. That's where we're at.
Somehow Miss Marvel has returned.
Well, again, I'm with you. I don't totally dislike Miss Marvel. She hasn't been great in this.
No, because so the thing I liked about her in her show was she had some emotional depth with the conflict with her family and school, which helped offset some of the annoying fangirl stuff. This is just the teenage fangirl Miss Marvel.
Yep. Bye,
like,
Hayden. Thanks for being here, man.
But like, I was gonna give them credit because they were really downplaying that in this show, but now we got it.
I wish I was watching the show that he mentioned.
And anything else?
Hayden convinced me to watch Shinkenger, which is the Samurai Sentai. It's pretty good.
Oh, and they did get Paul Rudd for this. Why hasn't he been in more?
That was kind of funny. That was always funny. Oh, look, the Borg are coming.
That's good.
I can't believe
it's the Borg or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. One of the two.
I was going to say, I can't believe the camera is not backing up. Oh, no. If we go to Medusa E1, the camera pushes in. these big, scary female zombies, man, either we're backing off or we're pushing in. It should be more exciting than it is that we've got such a mix of everything right now, especially like your locales and things, like going to Carmitage and all that. But it's just, there's not any really cool characters to latch on to. Because we killed them all.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys remember when Kate Bishop was in the show?
Yeah. That feels like it was a long time ago now. Oh, is that right, wait, Makira? He says the all-white line is a ripoff of Bendis' Ultimate Spider-Man joke. Where does that happen in that book? Because obviously I've read a lot of that now.
Could we actually be doing something cool with the Hulk?
Well, if so, we will kill him in 5 minutes.
That looks cool.
Yeah, that could be cool. Yes, I have met Queen of the Dead. But only with a camera push-in. She is the queen of the dreaded Aurora Borealis. That's going to be the name of my supervillain character, Robert.
Okay, so
I'm gonna write a comic with the evil Aurora Borealis. Ooh, Aurora is her first name. Borealis is her last name. Her middle name is evil.
So my main question with Wanda being the big bad is, yes, I understand that she has the potential to go there, but in the main universe, it took a cursed book twisting her morality.
That's why I hesitated when I said that.
And the supposed death of her children to get her to that point. Nobody else's personality has been changed by the zombie virus. They just become typical zombies. Why is she that?
Well, I think so. What it ought to be is that she's a zombie and she just has the hunger, and so she's able to be self-aware because of her powers, but she's just driven by hunger. And I can't tell if that's what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't seem like that's what it is.
But I feel like the zombies like needing to eat people barely comes up in this.
No, you're right. I'm just taking that from typical zombie stuff in the books.
And in
they're
the What If
kind of
episode,
just monsters.
Like I said, in the What If episode, like they don't even really eat anyone. They just bite them and then they turn into zombies. Like this just feels like a generic world domination plot.
Well, and you could do something with that too if it's like the virus is a hive mind and it chooses her as like the queen. But I also don't get that impression. What does she want these powers for? Is it to make an endless food source?
No, you're right. It seems like she just wants to take over the world like in Doctor Strange 2, except that doesn't really have a motivation this time. Now, to be fair, John, she was like somewhat morally bereft when she did the thing in WandaVision. Like, she didn't have to be corrupted by the Darkhold before she was real morally ambiguous, certainly.
I don't disagree, but that's also an action she's pushed to through extreme grief.
Right.
Like, either way, she has to have some kind of event happen to push her to that place.
Yeah, and this is before any of that's happened with Infinity War, so, like, she didn't lose vision.
Well, her brother did die. That's something.
Oh, okay, okay.
I just assume...
Well, I know, but does she talk about that?
She's like... No.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Does she bring up any motivation? Like...
No.
I'm just saying, I could have talked over it. It's possible.
Yeah. I just assume it's, she's a zombie now and just losing those inhibitions. And
No, John, they're just
morals,
monsters.
but-
Like they're fast moving zombies that just go when she tells them to. Is she just mind controlling them? Because I guess it makes sense
And
if
I'm
they're
fine if you
mind
just want to make
controlled.
them mindless zombies. Like I like zombie stuff when it's. I've seen some really bad zombie movies, but this is inconsistent and that irritates me. Robert, I don't like this rock.
Well, at least we're getting our Hulk Abomination rematch
yeah.
in this show.
Okay, that's kind of
That's
cool.
something.
She's still got giant zombies. That's at least something I've never seen before.
Attack on Titan.
Those aren't zombies.
They're zombie adjacent.
I'm actually
No,
surprised
they're
this.
not.
I'm actually surprised
eat
this didn't turn into a multiverse plot.
Yeah.
Well, that's because America Chavez isn't here.
Well, I was gonna really cry foul if she didn't show up, and it did turn into. That's what I thought. That's what I was afraid was gonna happen.
Because the easiest way in the world to fix the Wanda thing is just she lost someone, Vision or her kids, and she needs a way to recreate the universe with them back in it as zombies so they can't ever be killed again.
John Kelling says Zombie Wanda seemed angered by Vision's death in What If. Robert, you just watched that. Help us out.
Yeah, he dies at the end of that, and she's upset.
But it never comes up here.
Unless we talked over it, and it was like one line.
But again, I just keep assuming that in this reality, it's just, oh, you turn into a zombie and you're just evil now, and that's all the show is giving me.
That's what it feels like. We couldn't keep.
I'm not saying that's good.
And yeah, and like adapt it, make your own thing, tell a completely different story, whatever. But there was that one element that separated Marvel Zombies from most other zombie things. Like that's what made it unique.
So, Robert, the only thing I disagree with is I don't think any of the other ones are evil. They're just animals acting on an instinct.
Yeah.
To either spread the infection or eat. She is the evil one that is pushing them to do this stuff.
You know what the irony
Yeah,
is?
but I don't,
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
but I don't think the show is even bothered with the distinction in that, John. If
He's so
they're animals,
fast.
they're not evil. Like we're not dealing with any of that. But I get what you're saying.
This is cool. Kind of.
I like how fast
Kind of.
this Aurora Borealis Hulk is able to be. See, he also has an Aurora Borealis.
That's a sentence you never thought you'd say.
So the irony is, there's some social commentary in Marvel Zombies about how these superheroes like get used for decades, and we keep telling the same stories with them, and then they kind of become like mindless and zombie. And that's how we're doing the zombie metaphor there. And this show has no self-awareness about that, but we are in that place with the MCU by this point. And I just think it's really funny that it has like no self-awareness about that.
They're standing in a line.
Like, that's
how you know it's cool.
Like these characters are so bereft and devoid of personality because they just have they make the same kind of jokes over and over again. They've each got like one prevailing personality trait. The show doesn't realize it, but they're kind of zombies. And we kill off the ones that weren't.
Yep.
maybe we're the real Walking Dead all along.
Exactly.
But see,
Don't-
Robert, this is kind of the stuff I'm talking about. She can talk and she has like plans.
Yeah.
None of the other
yeah.
zombies do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but she
Robert,
sort
you're
of
turning
explained
into
that.
Belial.
Like that's.
Yeah.
It seems like it's supposed to just be because of her power set.
Mhm.
Where she acted like
I
she
kinda
staved
hate the
off
way
the
they run.
zombieism, but the idea is it did turn her into a zombie, but she was able to keep her faculties.
Yeah.
Right, but if she's going to keep her faculties, then should she be just like the Avenger, Wanda?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, unless she was driven by hunger, which is why the zombie versions in the book still do horrible things and murder everyone, while they wish they could still be heroic.
This show isn't very well written.
I really appreciate you spelling that out, John.
Yeah, that's what I'm here.
Somebody
that's the kind of insightful commentary he brings me on for, folks.
Say that at some point. No, it's important. No, I'm glad you said that.
That's an awesome shot. Spider-Man ripping all the heads off. That was cool.
Oh, you're just like a tad behind me. Because I was like, I mean, there's some ships exploding, like, packed up. I don't know what's so cool about that. John Kelling, I think Cap's right. The narrative is severely lacking in the POV from the actual zombie. Yeah, well, there's none, except for Wanda. If Wanda's influence was more of the Marvel zombies becoming self-aware instead of just puppets, it might have worked better. Or just let them all have that in the first place, and then let Wanda be the one. Well, here's what could have been interesting. But you're right, John. She would have to have a grief motive. But if Wanda still had a massive grief motive and became zombified, but could like stave that off to some degree, where like everybody else still has their personality, but they're going after brains, right? And she's able to fight the hunger off, but somehow the zombieism like increases her powers or like gives her some kind of a benefit, where that lets her like go over the edge and she's got like a reason to be evil. Like that would have been the thing to set her apart from the other zombies, maybe. As I'm saying it, it sounds convoluted. I don't know what you do with it. Well, that was very violent.
That head exploding might be the best thing that's happened in the show so far.
Which was immediately followed up with the strangest looking Scott Lang face. Did you see that expression? It was bizarre. Why did he look like that?
I like the idea of them using the shrinking technology to make them bigger and smaller.
Yeah, Cap, sorry if this is just regurgitating too much of what you just said.
No, you
could have done both. You could have had all the zombies still have like their personalities intact, but Wanda can still be your big bad because she has the power to mind control them. Like you could do both.
There you go. That's how you get there.
And that's how you get your zombie horde.
That's how you get there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wanda thinks she's saving them.
And you could show just how powerful she is by going, she could either stave off the zombieism, or she is a zombie but was able to get past the hunger and is now controlling all the rest of them. Like, that's how powerful she is.
Okay, what do you think you're saving them from?
Because they're immortal now, I guess.
Later staged MCU.
Oh.
Become a zombie, then you won't have to be in the MCU.
I'm telling you, that's the commentary.
Okay.
That's the embedded meta social commentary.
I don't know how this ends, but I'm going to make a theory. What if she's building an army because she knows Galactus is coming?
No, there's no way.
I sincerely doubt that.
They won't do anything FF this early. I mean, I realize they're gonna do Mr. Fantastic briefly in Doctor Strange 2, but I doubt they do that because I don't know if they even knew what order this was gonna come out.
Right. Who did Zombie Thor kill? I completely missed that.
I had no idea.
I will say all the action in this episode's been better.
Yeah. This is probably the best episode by default.
Yeah.
It's just one big army fight.
Yeah, this is what I wanted from this show.
Yeah, I don't hate this Hulk
Oh
idea.
no.
There ain't never gonna be another Blade.
Also, I think this episode has had less dialogue than the first three, so
Oh,
that
there
helps.
goes Blade.
That helps a lot. You're so behind.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
I'm spoiling things 10 seconds early for John.
it's
Me and Cap
fine.
have like already processed it. Like we've moved on, and then John's like, "Oh, Blade just died."
I made a joke about it, and he's like, "Why'd you say that?"
What's that?
Yeah, whatever team did the opening of episode 2 in the city, that's probably the team who's doing a lot of this episode.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
That's a really good call.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh my
slow
God.
motion.
Oh no.
That doesn't look good. What?
There's a lot of like fighting game action in this episode.
This just got incomprehensible.
There's creepy Wanda face.
Slow motion with this animation is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it just looks like your video game had a massive frame rate drop.
Yeah.
Boy, it'd be great if she had a motivation. She'd be a lot creepier. I also think it's really funny that she had to go to that real dark Wanda place with the creepy voice where it's like, no, I'm going to save you, and doesn't remember recording it.
If it is true they made this a TV show for Spider-Man to be in it, I don't know why they bothered.
Yeah. You could have cut him out.
Miss Marvel has to be the ultimate hero of this story. Shang-Chi is still here. I've never cared about him. We've done nothing with Ant-Man. Not like I'm a gigantic Ant-Man fan either, but...
Is Spider-Man...
I mean, I would argue the PEM particles have at least had a role in this.
Well, no, that's true. His side of the world has mattered. We're doing a lot of this intercutting stuff.
It's emotional.
Well, yeah, because she had that dream. Now we know what it means. Even though we kind of have known that for a while, but she keeps flashing to it.
Robert, she said the Last of Us thing.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know what she would have done, but I'm with John. I wish this had been America Chavez this whole time. Well, America Chavez could have gone, finally, I'm going to use my power to take everyone that's here out of this universe.
I do remember how this ends.
Oh, no.
How could you remember?
Is this going to
You
end
haven't
on a
seen it.
cliffhanger?
Did somebody spoil this for you, John?
Yeah, because I didn't think this was like long before we had decided to watch this. I didn't think I was ever going to watch it, so I just looked into it.
Oh, okay. So the world got remade somehow? With the Hulk energy and the... Oh my god.
Oh,
No. Somebody please explain to me who scenes like this are for. Who are they for?
TikTok?
Yeah, are they for an audience that isn't watching? Because...
Yeah. Because, like, I don't even think her reaction was that bad. Like, I buy that character reacted like that. My problem was with how it was edited
It's
and
the editing.
shot. Like, why were there so many mouth close-ups?
Yeah, it's so funny.
They're just like me.
No, you just want regular people's
Also, since
faces
when have
right
these
up
three
in your
been
face.
friends? Like, have they met in the main MCU?
That's a good question. Yeah, her and Riri. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier.
Well, but if it's like a Secret Wars thing where she remade the universe, and like subconsciously she just put it back the way she wants it to be or something.
Yeah, no, it's gonna end on a cliffhanger.
Oh, so she's just living in a world in her head right now. Oh, we like Goosebumps did. You know, I'm okay with a Twilight Zone ending for a thing like this.
Yeah, but they want a season 2. Not that they'll get one. It's just weird.
Aren't she dead in the main timeline?
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Ugh.
I need someone to explain to me why what she did with the bangle and Hulk and all that at the end made her think she was in a different kind of world. Like, I just don't even understand what did that. So she's still in the same zombie universe, but she's just seeing it like everything's fine, but then very quickly realizes it isn't. And so she's just right back to where she was, and everybody's dead, and that's what you got.
Okay,
that's
but
it.
I have a bigger question. How much of the show that we watch actually happened? Because she saw Riri fighting the zombies.
Oh.
If Riri's alive, then this whole simulation that's been going on could have been happening longer than we thought.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought she was just seeing Riri fight the zombie. I mean, we were talking. I wasn't paying that close. But I thought she was just seeing that from like
the signal.
I thought she was seeing it from
not
just
real.
the beginning of the show.
I didn't remember if Riri died or not. She just disappeared.
Well, Kamala says a couple times that, like, I can't dishonor like what Riri and Kate and all them died for.
I just don't remember if like that was off screen or if she for sure.
We're not gonna
I'm
remember.
assuming she's dead because the show's acting like she's dead. I could be wrong.
We're also not going to remember any of this tomorrow.
Nope.
No.
John Kelling, zombie.
I mean,
let me read this. Zombie Wanda channeled her reality, warping chaos magic, using Kamala's power to create an infinity gauntlet around the Earth to use the Infinity Stone energies to transform the world.
That is all correct, and probably the most nonsensical thing you have ever read in the history of this channel.
Oh, Makura says Riri didn't die, so I maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, like you said that earlier, but I didn't see that happen, so I don't know. Yeah, so it was just ambiguous.
Yeah, I was just assuming that I turned my head and missed it.
That's what I thought.
John Kelly, my understanding is Wanda did a west view around the whole Earth. Okay.
Yeah, but Wanda could already do that. She didn't need like all this other. She didn't need Kamala's powers and all this other stuff.
But help me out. So is the idea that she did that a lot earlier in the, or that happened just at the end there?
I think that just happened at.
So I feel like I'm being dense here, but I don't fully understand what we just watched right at the end without looking at it again, which I don't want to do because I was not real into this, of course. I'm not compelled to take another look at this, I don't think. They lost Riri and assumed the worst.
Makura says it was not confirmed, but I'm seeing that she was bitten. Like, I didn't go back and watch it, but I was reading some, like, plot synopsis, and it says she was bitten. If she's bitten, then it wouldn't matter. She's going to die anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Cap, happy ending to all this is at least this wasn't released as a movie, because then you.
I think Cap should do it on the Rewind project anyway.
Oh no,
No, that's fair.
no.
Well, Austin needs to watch it, so I think that's fair.
Yeah.
John Kelling says Riri injected herself with an experimental zombie vaccine.
I don't remember
In the
any
first
of this, but I'll
episode.
take your
I
word
don't
for it.
remember.
We
that.
were
What?
talking over all that, so that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
I'm sure some of that makes sense. To be fair, if we were watching it unfettered.
See, Cap, you're giving it more credit than I am. I don't trust that any of it would make sense, even if I was paying attention.
So, again, I don't mean to be dense, but you guys just help me out for a second. So, what is the point of her putting a Westview around the whole Earth?
I don't know.
Because everybody
Because she says
inside
that I'm
of
here to
the-
save you.
Yeah, and so I mean, is the idea that then everybody that is still alive gets to just pretend like they live in a not zombie infested world, but then there's still zombies running around, so they would at some point probably get eaten and die. And then I don't know what the point is of showing us like immediately after that Miss Marvel is able to see through it, except just to give us.
That's your standard, like, end of season or end of
Yeah.
movie.
That's your
Sequel bait.
cliffhanger. Wouldn't that be a lot more creepy and effective?
I've got to be.
If,
I've
like,
got to be missing
Kamala-
something. I feel like.
Yeah. But wouldn't that be more effective if, like, Kamala thought it worked and everything was good, and then we, the audience, were clued into something that, oh yeah, like, this is all
Well,
fake. I
And
don't
you
know.
could do some interesting
Yeah.
commentary with that of, like, people are choosing to ignore the bad things going around them because
Yeah.
they have their safety bubble.
Yeah, but
But-
also what's confusing about it to me, John, is like a lot of the world seem to have gotten zombified. So I'm like, how many people are there still that are just out there survive? That's what I'm not getting.
Well, and
Or are
it's,
the
like,
zombies
physically
themselves?
what is going on?
Or are the zombies themselves experiencing this? But I don't think they're supposed to be self-aware.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like,
I need to
even-
rewatch that
even,
last
like,
episode.
Potential commentary
But I don't
of
care enough to do
Kamala
that.
accepting Wanda's deal. I don't know if she knows what she's signing on for.
Yeah.
She says this can't all be for nothing, but she could have been agreeing to anything. And if Wanda's plan at the end of the day was just, I'm going to give you guys like a safe haven where you can be happy and safe and with your loved ones that are no longer around, it won't be real, but it'll be them.
Or
More
if it's
or
not
less.
safe, you at least can like live out the last few days you have thinking you're in the Matrix or
Yeah.
something.
Why is she acting like a supervillain?
And that's what's confusing about it. It's like, okay, so in the Matrix, in the real world, you're in a pod, right? And then everything, it's like going on in your head.
Yeah, but here you're gonna get killed
You're-
at any point.
Right? It's like, yeah, it's like, so is she like walking down the street and there's zombies around her? She's
That's
just
what I'm not getting,
seeing
because
yet?
the
Like,
Westview
yeah.
thing, there is a barrier you can't go through. If the barrier is around the Earth, okay, aliens can't get in. But I'm just not really getting what the point of that is if everybody is still in danger all the time.
It's very
And then the other thing is, they're playing it like Wanda is extra creepy and thinks she's doing the right thing, but she's actually evil and she's misguided and this is all really bad. But if you're in a full-on zombie apocalypse where there's no hope for anybody, the stakes are not the same as they are with the Westview thing or with Doctor Strange 2 or any of that. Like, okay, everybody's gonna die. So you, like, at that point, you might as well just put on a virtual reality headset and have a good time until you're dead, I guess. Like, I don't even think what she's doing is necessarily all that awful at that point. Right? Unless there was a chance to fix it and she refused to let them take it, but then the Nova thing didn't work out.
Well, and like her message is contradictory. She wants to help people, but then she also murders countless people to help them. Like, she invaded the Russian army base, killed all of those people. She helped Namor kill all those people in the prison.
And wouldn't this be a lot more interesting if, and again, we talked over stuff, but I'm pretty sure this conversation didn't happen, if in the weird food scene with the Asgardians, if she had said, okay, here's what I want to do, and actually told them about it and said, I want to do the Westview thing, set it up so that you think that you're in a utopia. Like there's no chance to get out of this. And our heroes say, no, there's always a way. And we're gonna try to fix this, and even if we can't, we're gonna go down fighting. Giving up is not the way. And I know I just said that what she's doing would not be the worst thing if there was absolutely no chance. But like that would be if you could convince me there was like no chance. I'm just saying it's not as bad as any of the other evil Wanda things we've had. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I would full on condone that or whatever. But the heroic thing and the only interesting like ethical like conflict I can think of where you'd actually have like a cool class of ideologies would be, should we just give up and let the zombies take the earth, or should we fight even though we'll probably lose? That sounds like a superhero comic book plot to me. We could have done that.
It sounds like a plot. Yeah.
And that's going with exactly what they have. That's not changing the story in any way. It's just making it actually about something.
And like, I want to give them props for going for a downer ending where Kamala takes that deal, just because you rarely see that in the MCU. But then it's undercut literally like 10 seconds later, like, oh, just kidding, I screwed up, and then that's what season 2, like you said, season 2, we're just back where we started. Like, how is that a exciting?
Well,
it's just not an exciting.
My problem with that is because I also like that in theory, but she needs to know what she's agreeing to. It's not a bad choice if you don't know what you're agreeing to. For all she knows, she could really remake the world. But Kurt asked, which would we rather watch, this or Brave New World? I'd rather watch this.
Me, yeah.
I got some moments of enjoyment out of it.
Well, I wasn't full on embarrassed for this, even though I didn't care for it. This is lame. Brave New World is bafflingly embarrassing from like the first moment.
I don't know how that movie starts.
Seconds into that movie, I was like, "Oh dear."
Oh dear.
I mean, I did get to see Harrison Ford kick a styrofoam podium over wearing a fake mustache.
Well, Robert, we all know you're the world's biggest Brave New Worlds fan.
Sure.
Well, and this is also less baffling than that just because this is a spin-off of an already not good animated series, and it's at least kind of better than the Marvel Zombies episode they did.
I think this was much better, even with like the miles of questions that I have.
I could take it more seriously than that.
Yeah.
And what if like season 1 as a whole? I'd say this is better than that.
I don't know. That Black Panther, if he was Star-Lord episode, was the peak of animated storytelling.
Well, in what I saw of season 2, there were a couple of episodes that were even worse than anything I saw in 1.
Oof.
But I was
How
also...
do you go down from there?
But I also only did that on stream. I've not actually sat down and watched that. And did 3 come out? I'm assuming 3 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about that.
I don't think anybody cared.
No, that went out without a whimper. But I think season 2 came out. I mean, with a whimper, not a bang. I think season 2 came out that way.
Yeah.
Well, enough about this, I guess. I still feel like I've got to be missing something at the end. And if I'm not, these people should never be allowed to write anything.
Well, Cap, with season 3 of What If, you're missing amazing episodes like What If the Hulk fought the Mech Avengers, And what if Agatha went to Hollywood?
These are just joke what if ideas. These are the things you do in like the the silly bland eck kinds of issues.
Okay, I lied. I know one thing about season 3. That is the season where Howard the Duck gets married to Darcy.
That you know what? That's the one thing I did hear about that season. Yeah,
because I think that was the one where everyone went, "What?"
Hilarious.
And then what if the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? Yay!
Cool.
I mean, that's at least a what if concept.
Oh,
that's at least legitimately a what if story.
Sorry. The best one is the finale. It's what if.
Brilliant. Well, I'm sure they did the same thing again where they brought all the episodes together. I don't know.
In conclusion,
yes.
I say
Wrap it
that
up.
The Disney Renaissance ended in 2002 with the releases of Lilo and Stitch and Treasure Planet. Following years were Brother Bear and Home on the Range and Chicken Little. So 2002 is when I say the Disney Renaissance ended.
Yeah, I don't have like a massive dog in this fight. Like, when I was a kid, it really felt like all that was over with Tarzan. But like, I'm fine extending it. I don't care. If we did this exercise, we probably would extend it, just because I know we've got a lot of folks in the audience younger than I am that grew up with that stuff that would want to see us watch it. But I will have to tell you that if I don't prep for it, you're going to see me blind commentary like 4 movies in a row, because I've not seen any of that after Tarzan.
Yeah, it does look like they tie that all back together with Strange Supreme from that first season.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah.
Well, John, you almost gave me a perfect segue into what's happening tomorrow night, and then we kept talking, and Robert had to bring up Disney Renaissance again. But
thanks, Robert.
But tomorrow night, so far, and there's still a little bit of time, but I'm pretty sure this movie has clinched it. We did a poll on Patreon to pick a movie for Jason and I to watch tomorrow night in lieu of the commentary project, but it will be a superhero movie. Austin's not able to be there, so we're going to watch a movie Jason has never seen. He picked 5. He picked 4 bad ones and 1 good one, and the winner right now is Howard the Duck. So it looks like that's probably what we're watching. And
as it should be.
Jason claims he's never seen it. I'm pretty sure when he was quite a bit younger, I showed it to him, but he maybe just doesn't remember because he was like, I don't know, 6 or 7. I'm not sure, but I think he saw it, like, or at least parts of it, while I was working on something with that movie. I don't know, but it's been so long, I'm not sure. Maybe not.
I think that's concerning.
I'm sorry, what?
I think that's concerning.
I mean, I saw that movie when I was really little too, because it was on TV a lot.
Robert looked like he's having a stroke over there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no, it's just
he's really
funny because like
what I'm showing to my children.
Yeah, like a lot of your old rewind is like, oh god, this is so inappropriate for children.
I don't remember what I wrote.
Robert has memorized every script from the old superhero rewinds.
Oh god.
That's true.
That's going to be in his follow-up book to Counting Crypto Freaks.
Yeah, right now Howard the Duck is still winning. Blade 2 we was closely behind it, but I think it would still need a couple more votes right now to get to even tie Howard the Duck. So I think that's probably what's going to end up being watched tomorrow night. So anyway, I hope you'll join us for that. And in the meantime, appreciate these guys coming on to watch Marvel Zombies with me, which we will. But even though I'm confused about that ending, we'll promptly forget everything about tomorrow when I get up in the morning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we have a record
fun.
of the fact that we've watched it. And it will matter that this exists, because we won't even remember if we saw this, if we couldn't go back and look at the record.
Check the tape.
We're gonna be Kamal at the end of that episode. We're just gonna go about our normal lives, and these little flashes will come up of this show that just startle us.
I was gonna say we'd have PTSD, but like we wouldn't even have feelings about it. We'd just be like, "Oh yeah, there's that. Oh, there's that show I watched."
Yeah, Cap would be those people from Futurama. They're like, I have no strong opinion either way. I think it was the beige people or whatever that they call them.
Well, that's okay, because if it was Secret Invasion or She-Hulk, I might get to the end and want to do a different Futurama thing, which would be walking into a suicide booth.
Do a flip!
And on that note, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. I was Captain Logan. We had John. We had Robert. You guys come back real soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.